So we're going to see if this is going to fit. I honestly, I don't think it's going to fit, but we'll see. It's going to be tight. Oh, pulling my hair out, Bubba. It's pulling my hair out, Bubba. Let's try it this way. No, I don't know. I don't think it's going to fit, Bubba. Ugh.
Welcome back to Visited by Voices Live for our community night show on a muggy but not especially hot Thursday evening. I'm joined by, what name are we going by tonight, Al?
Eulif Sweeney, the Phantom Killer from Town of Dreaded Sundown.
All right.
I had to switch it up from the Zodiac to, switch things up a little bit.
Still going with those undiscovered cases, though, huh?
Yeah. By the way,
So-
great intro, man, and I love the Piz, thing. That was hilarious. I was like laughing in the background. I'm glad you muted me.
So I was watching. I didn't watch it live, but I was watching Piz's on his mail day video today, but I was like doing about 6 things at once, so I didn't have the screen up in front of me, and I had selectively listening, I guess, at that point because I was doing a bunch of things, and then suddenly I hear him talking, and the piece I excised is exactly what I heard, and I was like, "What is happening on Piz's channel?" So I had to jump over. And I was sorely disappointed to see a mask on his head.
It was hilarious, man.
Well,
It was hilarious.
Well, thank you. Before we get started, you want to?
And good intro too.
I'm
good intro.
All this is really me laying the
I love your intro. You always have great intros.
Well, I'm trying to learn the craft, dude. So there's a very good chance.
You got it down. I think so.
Well, so shortly there will be a piece of my filmmaking on another channel that you guys will be able to get more of a taste of what I want to be doing in that realm. I can't talk about it yet, but it'll become very obvious very quickly when it comes on your radar. So before we get started, you wanted to talk a little bit about the DC trailers that dropped this week.
Yeah, I know DC had like something online. It was like some fandom thing where you can go on and they had like all this stuff online where they're doing like Zoom calls or stuff. I didn't do that, but once the trailers dropped, oh my God, man, Batman was trending #1 for like 2 days. It looks great. I mean, to me, I'm a big Batman fan. To me, Christian Bale is my favorite Batman, and it's always going to be. I don't think there's a better Batman movie, respectfully. And I say this respectfully because I'm not trying to, some people might like, the Val Kilmer or the original. And I do like the original. But to me, Christian Bale was my favorite Batman. And the 2008 Dark Knight was my favorite movie. Rest in peace to Heath Ledger. Now, with that said, this Batman is more of like they're saying like a year two Batman, detective type Batman. You know, but it looks so dark, so gritty, so oh man, like just so evil. I wonder what it's. I actually wonder. Excuse me, what it's going to be rated. That's I'd probably PG-13, but man, it just looks so. Oh, the Riddler, it just looks so great, and I was just like, wow. So I'm just like, I'm a kid at heart when it comes to Batman. With that said, Wonder Woman I think looks good. I just think she's hot, but I do think that it looks good. I know Piz said he didn't really like the trailer for Wonder Woman 2.
I did not like that Wonder Woman trailer.
You know, like
I thought the teaser that they released early in the year looked okay-ish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the music. The Blue Monday mix.
Well, sure. I mean, the thing DC does really well is use pop music in trailers and films.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's the Zack Snyder thing, really. But he really instilled in them this idea of finding music that matches, that is not so obvious. Like, you wouldn't want girls just want to have fun in the Wonder Woman 84 trailer because it's too easy. It's too obvious, right? So you got to pick something that's a little bit that shades and colors what you're doing. And I think that's really smart. The same thing with the Justice League trailer, the Snyder Cut Justice League trailer. By using Leonard Cohen, it was kitschy because of Hallelujah, meaning it's coming out, but also just getting that sense of awe, and gravelly, like the gravelly tones of a later Leonard Cohen re-recording of one of his biggest hits. It's that's something that DC does really well. Now, make the films themselves, they don't have a great track record, I don't think, but that's a different issue.
Yeah, the Snyder Cut, I mean, I thought it looked good, but
it's all CGI, and that's what kills me. It's all CGI.
But also, here's the thing, Lord, and this is what's going to confuse a lot of people who are not like familiar with what's going on, like me and you, like the average Joes. They're going to be like, wait a minute, so Michael Keaton is coming back in the Flash movie, and Ben Affleck is still gonna come back, but it's like different universes, different like, you know what I mean? Like it's like Pattinson's gonna be the Batman, and then he's gonna continue on with that. That's their universe, and then you have so like people are gonna be like so confused, like but like we know what's going on. It's gonna be just and I do think that's kind of still weird. Like it's like. But you're gonna have like in 2 years, you're gonna have like 3 Batmans going on. You're gonna have the Affleck, and and then so, I don't know. But
let me put some money on something, and I'll take the bet if you're willing to bet me on it. But I'm
not betting, man. I wouldn't bet you 1 penny on anything.
I bet you anything. This is them
because I know I'd lose. Feeling
out the possibility of going forward in a few years with a film called The Batmen. And making a film where all the Batmen are in the film, sort of like what the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse did, but with the established Batman. I mean, obviously Val Kilmer won't be back, but for the ones that are still viable, because that's an opportunity to really get the fan base really ignited behind something, which they need still. The thing that is, like the fanboys are excited about DC again, which is a great thing for Warner Brothers, but the average film goer, they're not excited yet. They need a couple good films that really reinstill the faith. And I'm not part of the fandom. Like, as far as I'm concerned, I've seen as many Batman films as I probably ever need. That's not saying I won't go see the new one, because the trailer looked really good.
Oh yeah.
But my excitement level is like, oh, is it Thursday? Oh, I guess there's another Batman film coming out. And I don't think they ever wanted to get to that point, but I think Superman versus Batman and Justice League in particular, but Aquaman to a degree as well, which although it was popular when it came out, its reputation hasn't endured very well, have really taken them down a notch, and they need to recover.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I'm not I was never like an Aquaman fan. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Like I said, but the new Batman just looks great, man. Like, I was just completely blown away. And, that Nirvana song, and oh man, it just looks so dark. I think it's going to be great. And they were saying like, it's only like they're still shooting the movie, and it's only like 25% of it, so it's still, there's we'll see what happens. I don't know, but like let's move aside from, because we're horror fans at heart. Horror is number one. That's our true love. So let's just move aside a little bit from the comics and stuff. I don't know what's going on with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I don't know. Listen to this, Lauren. When I was excited for Texas Chainsaw 3D, I waited. I remember when they first announced it. I waited like for 2 years, like for it to finally come out. And then when it came out, I went with like a bunch of friends, and I didn't know what to expect. And then the poster was released, and they had all like the faces, and the Texas Chainsaw 3D poster. Remember the first one with all the faces on the
cabinet. The cabinet.
Yeah, the cabinet. Correct. Yes. And I was like, whoa. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm like, I'm freaking out, man. I'm like, this looks. And then the trailer dropped, and I'm like, what? It was not what I was expecting. If you watch the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre trailer, that was a dark, creepy trailer. Like that really, like the tone, the feel of the trailer. Like you feel like you're watching like a 70s trailer. Like It was gritty. It was dark. It was like just terrifying, man. And when he slams the door at the end, Texas Chainsaw 3D was just so like, I'm like, what? Like, I'm like, I seen the trailer and I'm like, I waited 2 years. I'm going to see this. Like, I was literally disappointed. I'm like, this is going to be too Hollywood. And then, no offense to Trey Songz, like I like his music. And then they added Trey Songz in there. And I'm like it's, it's just like my favorite part in Texas Chainsaw 3D was the beginning. I think it was cool seeing, Franklin, in 3D and on the screen. And I was in a packed theater, so I'm like, okay, like, the audience reaction, seeing, in 3D, the original 1974 where Leatherface comes out and Franklin, and then they continue on. And then it just, it was just too cheesy, too Hollywood, Lauren. I can't, I didn't like Chainsaw 3D. I can't. It was just it was too like it was just.
Here's my thing. It's with Chainsaw 3D, and I'm a pretty big defender of the film. It felt like a direct-to-video early -- film.
Absolutely, you took the words out of my mouth. That's what I was going to say.
But you see, I found that welcome for that franchise, because that franchise it's been nothing but turbulence since the very beginning. So the first film comes out is an instant classic. It's such a monumental film, not just for the genre, but for film. And then the second film is its own thing, but it really couldn't go anywhere from that.
Mm-hmm.
And the series has been just up and down constantly. To just have a film come out that said, "Screw it, let's make a fun Leatherface film," and to acknowledge that at this point people are rooting for the killer. So the film said, okay, we're going to give you the chance to root for the killer. I just felt like it was not a repeat of the previous films, and I appreciated that. Mr. Sauce, how are you?
Hey guys.
Steak sauce.
What are you eating?
Steak, stop torturing Piz. You're torturing Piz, man. What's up with
that?
And I love it.
He's been a bad boy and needs to be punished.
He has been, man.
Did you
torture the hell out of him, man?
Did you hear the beginning of the video? I think he was tortured.
Yeah, it's definitely. Listen, I told him. Act accordingly, and the videos will get better.
I love the intro too. Steak sauce is like, you know what? We'll see how Piz behaves on his live streams. I fell out of my chair laughing my ass off, man. Steak sauce, that was great, man. It's classic, bro. Classic. Keep it coming, man.
Does Piz ever edit your intros, or does he just run them?
No, I actually asked him to edit this one, but he didn't. Out of spite, I'm sure.
Wow.
Just because like I tried with the background and shit, but the only way I can do it, because I'm stupid, and also I don't want to. I'm not in a position yet to pay for the software. I couldn't get rid of that piece of shit StreamYard logo. So the only way I could only way I could get the green screen to work was through StreamYard. And I couldn't get rid of that logo, and I didn't want steak sauce at the bottom corner. So there's a red square at the bottom. I asked him to maybe crop those out, and he just said, Nope. I don't like you, you Yankee scum.
When you say a red square at the bottom, are you talking about being a communist?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't want that publicized,
Okay.
Let's keep that under the
We won't talk about the poster of Mao that's in your bathroom.
Right. Please don't.
Because as you spend your weekly devotion to the great leader,
Yeah.
while also taking care of life's more necessary moments.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it here or with the El Salvadorans that
Understood. So we talked a little bit about, because Al wanted to discuss the DC trailers that dropped. Did you see any of them?
I watched the Batman one. I don't know. We'll see. Can't get much worse than Ben Affleck. So, like, I'm not one of these guys that are oh, he was in Twilight. It's gonna be terrible. Like, I'll give the guy a shot.
Yeah, but he was in the Lighthouse and he was amazing. So
I don't know what that is. So, unfortunately, I can't speak to that.
Oh, you'd hate it. It's great.
Listen, I don't give Pizzies bad movies to review because I like them.
Yeah, well, there's never going to be a Patreon for me, and there's never going to be a tier where you can force me to watch any shit.
That's smart.
So, hey, so a couple pieces of news, what you guys might think of them. First of all, today, I don't know if you saw the news that Fangoria was purchased by the Wonderwell Entertainment Group. So there's a new ownership coming out of the, the disastrous nuclear fire pit that basically consumed the company over the last couple months. So it looks like they're going to get a new start, but they're doing it as a multimedia thing. It's going to be a film production shingle. It will have a magazine. It will have a new website. Apparently, they will be launching audio dramas under the banner. So the plan is to be very ambitious. We'll see how much of that actually comes to fruition.
That's what I was going to say. Is everything's apps nowadays, baby. I want an app.
Well, I think
an app.
I think that's coming. I think that's part of the whole deal. Now, is the Fangoria name worthy of an entire empire? I guess we're going to find out.
We'll find out.
Is it just nostalgia at this point?
Of course it is, but that's all we're capable of apparently nowadays, at least in America. It's a crumbling culture that that's all we've got left to kind of hang on to is nostalgia.
I'm glad they changed things around, because before they were offering like issues where you only get 4 issues a year. It was like the new plan for
Baby, I got more than 4 issues a year.
I remember when I went to Monster Mania, Lauren, and I guess it was like 5-6 years ago. I purchased like 10 Fangoria magazines from the 80s, with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 cover, the 1991 with the Leatherface one, bunch of others.
Wait, stop right there. You bought the one with the Leatherface and is surrounded by his family on the cover?
Yes.
Check the letters section. I'm in it.
It's in my house right now. It's
fun.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Do what, Lauren? What'd you say? Do what?
Open up to Postal Zone, the letters to the editor section. I'm in it.
No, right now.
Are you really?
I am.
I'll check it out when I get home.
Cool.
Awesome, man. That's great.
Yeah, Al's on the side of the road. He's actually targeting protesters out in Philadelphia today. So,
that sounds about right. I mean, today it happens to be protesters, but being in Philadelphia, it's
potato.
Yeah.
I'm not real worried about it. I mean, honestly, it's like if there's protests in downtown Patterson, can you really know the difference?
Oh.
To me, that's just a Monday night. So, do you guys suspect that something like a Fangoria, though, with the name recognition of it, if they're going to open up a shingle, which isn't the first production time they've gotten into film production, they've done it before, is it possible that they could be a landing spot for one of these long-running franchises and put it in the hands of someone who actually cares? And would that change your opinion on whether they should make more?
I mean, it depends on what kind of money they got.
That's a good question.
It's if they can get the backing that to do something of that nature.
That's a really good question.
You know what
I don't even know how to answer it. I mean,
at the very least, it's a name. I mean, similar to the way Bloomhouse was, a name for Halloween to kind of attach it, to grab. Why do I keep saying It's fucking driving me nuts.
It's like very Oklahoma and or Canada.
Yeah, well, hey, Buffalo's Canada South, so.
Well, it's kind of Canada North in some places, right? So I want to show you guys one thing that I discovered this week that I was very happy with, and a friend let me know about this, and it got me very excited, which is that if you go to the Redbox website, which I know, right? Why would you go to the Redbox website, right? But there's a page on it, which allows you to find Redboxes that are selling used copies of movies in their machines.
Oh, shit.
So today, I got The Hunt.
Nice.
On Blu-ray for $6.
Get the fuck out of it. $6.
$6. Now, it does not come with a case, and it doesn't come with artwork. So I know all the collectors are going to freak out on me, right?
So here's what you do.
Because they like paying $30 for, paper.
So, Lord, here's what you do. You go to eBay. You buy a fucking box of slipcase, fucking the Blu-ray cases, and you print off some labels. It's simple. I used to do it with DVDs I stole from Netflix all the time because I'm a bad person.
I already have a box of DVD boxes, the cases. So all I have to do is find the artwork, print it out. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, well, I'm saying Blu-ray because, as I've stated before, I have this compunction to have all of my cases be the same size. But
yeah, they make a pill for that.
Yeah. I really should get back on those.
They don't work anyway. Believe me. Did Al fall asleep standing up, or is he frozen?
Oh, I hope.
Here, can you poke him? Okay.
Oh.
There you go. He's awake.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, you were just frozen for a while, so we were poking you.
No,
and that's not the first time that's ever happened to you in life, anyway. I want to address something from Matt. He says, has anyone heard from Christian Hanna Horror? That hurricane hit down there pretty bad. It did. He's okay. He does not have electricity. He does have some property damage, but his house is okay. But his property, he did have some damage. I'm sure he'll update us personally as soon as he can, but he and his family are okay.
That's good.
That's the most important thing. I sent out a message to him first thing in the morning saying, hey, on the other side, please let us know. And he did. He is okay. Hello, Mr. Tim. How are you?
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, buddy?
Hey, man.
I've been wanting to get you on, man. This is exciting.
Yeah, usually it's my bedtime.
I had him on before you did, Lauren. How does that make you feel?
Like I'm talking to someone who's telling me they were into Minor Threat before me because they had a demo that their brother gave them when they were 4 or something. That doesn't really bother me. And I understand. Like, Tim's a busy man, getting schedules in order. So he leaves then? Wow. There's some thin skin.
Yeah, well, I have a little technical difficulty. Give me a moment. I'll be right back.
Technical difficulty. As long as it's not a wardrobe malfunction.
I haven't heard that in a
that
while.
will get me demonetized for life. I'm not monetized. It doesn't matter. So, Tim, how are you, man?
It's good. How about y'all?
We're doing okay. We're going to talk some remakes in a little bit, but just to catch you up, did you see any of the DC trailers?
I saw Batman.
What'd you think?
It's better than I expected. But, I mean, at this point, I think we've seen everything from Batman, right?
I think we're on a wavelength, you and I. And listen, a good writer can do amazing things. A great director can bring a lot of style and a sense of substance. But yeah, I mean, how many times has Batman been on screen in the last 35 years? I mean, what is it now?
A couple thousand times.
I lost count.
I'm just, I don't know. I guess I'll go see it, and I hope it's great. But I fear that it's got to be great just to keep me interested at this point. Like, good is not going to be. It's not going to help the cause.
Listen, that last round of DC superhero movies did no justice, first of all, for the brand, and no good either. No, I don't care. You can fucking all the super cuts you want. Batman versus Superman's trash.
I
liked it. I mean, I didn't think.
Well, you're wrong.
He likes Gal Gadot. That's all this is about.
Yeah, of course.
Well, that too, but
You can see right
you
there.
know, but no, seriously, I thought Batman Superman was pretty good. I mean, I can't really. Could it have been better? Sure, but I'm not going to say I hate the movie. No, I liked it.
I don't care about any of them enough to say that I hate them. It's the whatever movie. I mean, the Batman franchise kind of more than any of them are the only ones I give too much of a shit about. But I'll say this: I didn't like it.
We're filling up now.
Damn,
Jonathan,
baby.
Jess, how are you guys?
How's it going, Lauren?
We're breathing. We got some thunder outside, so I guess the temperature's about to really drop.
I was playing out in the rain before I got on here. Actually,
Are you for?
You did kind of.
Okay.
I mean,
As long as you
mentally,
acknowledge it.
How is everybody tonight?
I was playing in the rain, so I'm good.
I like the shameless plug for yourself in the background there, sir. That is genius.
It's good shit, right?
Yeah.
He's completely. It's all branding over there all the time.
How have you already sold out?
It's all sizzle. No stick.
I was really trying to figure out a way that if I knew how many guests were going to be on, that I was going to add as a overlay a square of either Trump or Biden into it, so I could pretend we were. Because this looks the same as either the Republican or Democrat National Convention, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks the same. Everything's a Zoom meeting now anyway. So, but unfortunately, I didn't know how many people would show up, so there was just no logical way to do it.
Yeah. And I mean, it lines up, too, with all these suggestions that come up after one of your live streams. Like, I don't know what it is. Even if politics aren't discussed, you don't say, Trump, Biden, nothing, the whole show. Like, the next probably 100, next up on YouTube is some political horseshit.
Yeah, it's always. Yeah.
But.
So, Jess, welcome to the show. This is your first appearance, just as it is Tim's. How are you?
You're really small.
Thank you. Yeah, it's my first time. I'm good. Been excited to do this for a while
Jess
now.
Graham?
That is Al. Cheers.
Yo, buddy.
It's good to put a face.
What's up, man?
So,
good to see you.
Did you?
Face in a way.
You too, bro.
Did you partake in the DC trailers so we can get that out of the way and move on for good for real?
I did. I was surprised and loved the Batman trailer and Wonder Woman trailer. It was all right. I'll see it. Didn't super excite me, but I liked the first movie. Okay, so I'll see the next one.
Okay.
Cheetah looked good.
But the big,
when she
big
trained.
surprise was the Batman.
Did you think so? Because that was one of my big sticking points. It was like Cats the musical, the film in a Wonder Woman film, and I was like, I don't know about that. And I'm a cat lover, man, but I don't know.
Yeah.
The other thing I'll tell you what.
Be sure on that one until I see it.
The other thing that really annoyed me about the Wonder Woman 84 trailer is the first film was a fish out of water story, right? So why are we getting a fish out of water story again now with Steve Trevor? Really, can't we just move past that? Let's move past the sitcom stuff. I mean, I don't get it. The jokes are all like, oh, Steve's from another time, so he doesn't get it, which was the joke, of course, in the first film.
Because it made them a lot of money. That's why they're doing it again.
Yeah, you're definitely right.
Good point.
Well, yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's a justifiable point, but that's definitely correct. So also the news about Fangoria being purchased today by Wonderwell Entertainment. You guys excited about the idea of a third chance at life for Fangoria?
I actually heard that purchase was into the tens
Yeah, I'm
of
excited.
dollars.
I've always been a fan of Fangoria, so I'm happy.
again, I grew up with the magazine. I have the first 100 issues, which is like all of the entire 80s. I grew up with it. It was important to me as a kid because it made me feel not quite so alone in my fandom, because there wasn't the interwebs. There were, conventions were out of our grasp, and they really didn't exist like they exist today anyway. There were science fiction conventions that, horror fans would show up at. So, I mean, Fangoria was important, but that's the problem with that sentence is the tense. Was. Like, I'm not sure it is important to me. And it certainly wasn't in its rebirth because, again, that price tag just put me off. It said to me, this is a magazine for old guys like you, Lauren. This is not a magazine for kids growing up. And I think that's what Monster Magazine should be. It should be the gateway for kids to realize, hey, I could get into this and this could be a thing for me. This could be part of my culture.
Yeah, I'll say this. It was just I'm a sweet young boy, but it was just kind of a dead brand growing up for me. It was something that they used to have back in the day.
It's over by now. I mean, you're never going to recapture that magic today. Let it die with some dignity. Put out the T-shirts. The commemorative books with like the first so many issues, things like that. But as far as a monthly or bi-monthly print magazine, it's never going to work.
Yeah, I mean, shit, take the name and do something with it. But yeah, as far as it's 2020.
License the shit out of it.
Yeah. You can make your rainbow Fangoria shirt, a blacked out Fangoria shirt. You could do a pink one in October. It's all kinds of stuff you could do.
So you guys want to know what I'm shocked didn't happen? What? I'm shocked that Shudder didn't buy the name and rebrand their service.
It's a hell of an idea, actually.
It's not a bad idea, but I think Shudder's kind of gained enough steam where, not that it necessarily be detrimental, but it's.
I don't think they'd lose anyone though.
No, it'd be a lateral move at this point. So it's like,
and it's a name that people who probably didn't know Shudder would recognize.
Yeah.
All right, you guys want to talk about some remakes that I consider worthy of the originals, so that if you can agree, disagree, this can be as pleasant or as uncomfortable as a conversation as we want it to be. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right. So, in the first of these three videos, we discussed remakes that I consider superior to the originals, and there was a few controversial entries, but less than you'd think. Mostly there was kind of like broad recognition that remakes can be better than the original. It's not quite as rare a bird as people tend to in conversation suggest. But one title came up that I got some pushback on, and that was The Blob. And this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about remakes I consider worthy but not superior. The Blob 1988 is a really tremendously fun 80s horror film.
I agree 100%.
The original 50s Blob is a wonderfully fun 1950s monster movie. To me, personally, the 80s one doesn't surpass the level of fun of the original. They're just different monsters. No pun intended. So to me, this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. They really complement each other, but I don't think one is obviously superior to the other. Whereas if you're talking about a direct comparison, I think that Cronenberg did surpass the original Fly with his film, even though I rate the original Fly very highly. So does that make sense to everyone?
Yeah,
100%.
What do you guys think of the Blob? What do you guys think of the Blob 88 compared to the original?
Me personally, Lauren, I love that 80s Blob. I like it more than the original. And I've said this in your last remake thing. I just loved it, man. I thought everything about it, like the cinematography, the just the atmosphere. I thought like the kills were so gory when the guy gets dragged through the pipe in the tank. I mean, come on, man. Like, I'm like, whoa. Like, I mean, it was just so vicious and so like gory and vicious and like I really liked it. And the soundtrack was good. The music. It was just like 80s, man. Like I loved it. I thought I liked it more than the original.
Fair enough. Sauce?
Listen, I've only seen the '88 Blob, and there's nothing more that I could add to it that Al didn't already say. So, unfortunately, I don't have much of a I can't compare at all.
Now, Tim, I know you've seen the original, so what's your take?
The '88 Blob is what I saw first, so that's what I view as the Blob. But watching the remake, I mean, I enjoyed the original. I enjoyed the original. To me, I feel they're two separate films. There's enough time that's passed and technology, so for me, I view them as two different films.
So would you say they're equal, or would you say one is better?
I mean, yeah. If you take, from 1958 to '88, I'd say they're equal in that. Yeah, it's a big stretch, but I enjoy both of them about the same.
If I could point out real quick, though, I mean that is precisely what a remake is for.
Right.
When technology and time is advanced to the point where it would make sense to, whether it's the original is done well or not, give it another shot, see if you can improve upon it. Not okay. Well, hey, remember 10 years ago we did fucking whatever. Fog was almost 30 years by the time it got remade, but nothing had advanced to the point to make that monstrosity.
It's a bit different than remaking Cabin Fever from the same screenplay 10 years later, right?
Sure.
Jonathan, what's your take on Blob '88 versus the original?
I mean, I wouldn't say one's better than the other. They're very different. I mean, I know they're both based on a blob attacking a small town, but the feel of both movies. I mean, if it wasn't for the blob, you'd never know it was. I don't know how to put better words together. I mean, they're both in their own right. I don't see one better than the other.
Awesome, Jess. What do you think?
I'd say they're about equal in my opinion. I'm not honestly a huge fan of either one, but I don't dislike either one. They both have their appeal. I appreciate, older films for what they can do at that time, so maybe lean towards the original. But all in all, they were both all right. Pretty equal. In my opinion.
All right, so Mr. Joe Bob Tarhill, welcome to the stream. Are you going to behave tonight?
I'm going to try.
Try? I think both Jesus and Yoda had something to say about that. So, I'm going to hold you to a higher standard.
I'll do the best I can.
I must have missed something.
The
last
best
time.
he can. We're in trouble,
Not good
guys.
enough, Joe.
We are in
Not good enough.
trouble tonight. So what do you think about Blob '88 versus the original?
Me? I've actually never seen neither one of them, so I've heard about them.
Okay, you have some homework, sir.
I'll mention one that was kind of
Big homework.
I don't think y'all talked about Cape Fear remake. Should I talk about that?
Well, we can. I didn't include it on my list. I like the Cape Fear remake. I love the original film. You see, that's the kind of thing. I know my definition of horror is really expansive, but although that film can get scary, it's so much more of a film. It's like a voyeurism of insanity, of like mental illness. It's almost a little bit too serious about things for me to fit it too comfortably in the genre.
Yeah, it's a goddamn lot of fun, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
It's not really a horror film, but it's got elements.
No, that's fair. That's definitely fair. Okay, so another film this one will, I think, prompt a lot more active discussion than The Blob. I think that 2019's Child's Play is a worthy remake to the original.
I disagree, Lauren, respectfully.
Disagree.
And my favorite part of just like I don't even want to talk about the Pet Sematary remake. I thought that was completely horrible.
Hell, I
did
hated
not
the
like
original.
I didn't like Child's Play. The best part about Child's Play was and I did not know this going into the theater. Was seeing Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 being played on TV with the full audience, and I'm like, yes, people are watching this, and I thought that was really cool. And then Chucky was like looking at it and trying to like mimic, and that kind of maybe he was taking like some tips on how to like do kills, and then he cuts the guy's face. I don't know, but I just didn't like the Child's Play remake. I just wasn't feeling it. For me, the original Part 2, 3 was okay, but for me, it was 1 and 2, and after that, it just goes downhill. But that's me. That's just my opinion.
It's been a long time since I've seen 3.
Okay, well, we're not really discussing the franchise proper, so
Yeah, I know.
it doesn't matter how long we've go. It's been a long time since I saw 3 too, because I don't particularly like that film. But
oh no, I watched it like last month. Fucking love that movie.
There you go.
15 years for me.
too.
No, with the Child's Play remake, man, I didn't mind it. I thought it was an interesting take. But what I would have done, and I said it since I watched it in theaters, I probably would have changed a couple things and made that a Deadly Friend remake. I think it would have worked better that way.
Well, then it would have been on the other broadcast, and it would have been in the superior to the original.
No,
list,
but
definitely.
I felt like, there was no voodoo, nothing like that in this film. I felt like that was on par for a Deadly Friend remake. Change a couple things, and you could do it.
That was the one thing that you liked. It was
but isn't like messing with the computer software? Isn't it basically Vietnamese voodoo?
digital.
Vietnamese voodoo.
I'm going to throw this out there. Headline: Al Suspiria hates fun.
Well, you usually reserve that for me. I've been passed over with that.
I don't do that to you. Everyone else does.
Jonathan does that to me.
I give you a fair shake.
Wait, what do I do to you? I was looking at
You deny that I like to have fun.
Yeah. But I mean,
I too watched Child's Play in theaters. I had a lot of fucking fun with it. I liked everything about it. I liked that they kind of, updated it.
It was fun. Like it was fun, but
yeah. It's kind of
Tim, did you see it?
Not the remake. I'm on a remake ban.
Wow, this might be a hard night for you.
Well, depends on how new you go.
That was a good one, Tim. That was a good one.
2010, and from 2010 to about now, I pretty much stopped watching remakes.
Yeah, you might be okay then tonight. Actually,
Angry
over my list.
I can't blame the guy, honestly.
Hey, Jess.
Yeah. Most of the time, I'd take a sequel over a remake. I think I've said that in the chats many times.
Yeah.
I probably agree with that.
I will watch them. I did see the Child's Play remake. I can't say it sucked, but again, it was unnecessary. By far, I'll take the original any day. Maybe I would say it was better than the last Child's Play sequel of the original series. I did not like Cult of Chucky, but I like all the other movies. So, all in all, unnecessary. But that's what I'm going to say about probably most remakes. There's a few I like. I actually did like, surprisingly, Pet Sematary remake, and I'm a huge fan of the original.
Me too.
I fell asleep during it, so I can't tell you.
Lauren, I didn't like the remake, but I agree with Jess. I'm a big fan of the original. I love Part 2, but Part 1 was just classic. I love Part 1. Absolutely, everything about it. Just
all right, everybody, shout your favorite movie. Go.
Favorite horror movie?
Dead.
Steak. Favorite horror movie?
No, I was just being an asshole.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How's that different than every other moment?
Well, this time I was doing it on purpose.
Oh, see that's actually the official sport of Buffalo, New York.
It is.
Yeah. So for me, the thing I really appreciated about the Child's Play remake was that it was bold enough to say, we're not going to just do what was done the first time. We're going to have a sense of humor, but a different sense of humor than the original. It has a much, much darker sense of humor because let's be honest here. No matter how much you love Chucky, Chucky's kind of built to stand on the shoulders of Freddy. It's that kill and joke kind of thing. Whereas the remake said, no, we're gonna make it more about just like outrageous situations, like wrapping a head in Christmas in birthday wrapping paper and giving it to a neighbor. It's a really dark dead baby joke, right? And I don't think the proper series as it went along ever went down that kind of a route. Do I think there's missed opportunities in it? Yeah, I mean, I think the ending in the store could have been a whole lot bigger. But in a way, I'm kind of glad because sometimes big just looks cheesy in modern cinema. So ultimately, I think it's a worthy remake to the original. I don't want them to make another series branched off of it, and there's no indication that they will. But I think it was more welcome to me than another sequel in that series at this point, or a television series that's going to be on 2 networks.
I can see that.
Yeah.
How did Mark Hamill do with the voice?
I like it a lot.
Not bad, actually. I was really impressed. Because it's the same guy that gave us the Joker.
It's not Brett Dorff, but nothing is going to be like,
It's a good choice, but I don't see him doing a continuing with it with Hamill at all.
If it's just it's very, very different. Like as long as you don't go in thinking I'm gonna see, a Child's Play sequel or a Chucky sequel, you'll really enjoy it.
If he can't get the laugh down,
it's much more mechanical. It's much more robotic.
Okay.
Like, on purpose.
Mr. Monty has joined us from RMGA Movie Reviews.
Bros! Mr. Lauren, how are you, sir? And how are you, gentlemen?
What's going on, bro?
How you doing, man?
Monty?
I'm doing all right. I saw the StreamYard link was on there, and I was like, let me get on it. Let me get on here. Lauren, I had to give you a shout out last night for that Goonies review.
Oh, yeah, well, because it's funny, so the day before I'm asked point blank if I like the Goonies, and I answer honestly that I can live without the Goonies existing. What? So Monty the next day does a review of the Goonies in which he points out that, oh, by the way, Lauren from on his channel says he hates the Goonies. And
I would second that. I would also prefer the Goonies didn't exist.
What the hell is wrong with you, Steak Sauce? I expect this out of Lauren.
I'm a good person.
Yeah, I'm not
it's a Jersey thing you wouldn't understand.
I like that review, Monty.
Thank you. How are you doing, gentlemen?
I'm good.
Good. Monty, it's good to see your channel active again after its hiatus. We need your voice out there, man. We really do. I've said that to you privately, but it's definitely a serious thing. I am tired of listening to guys my age from my background review fucking movies. We need more variety.
Yeah. I actually, it was funny. I was actually talking with a buddy of mine yesterday about that. He's not into filmmaking. He's just my friend. But we were talking about Jordan Peele and how he was just saying that it's not really like a lot of men of color who make horror films and things like that. So that was why I just kind of felt like that is that big of a damn deal, but I love the horror genre, and I've always loved it ever since I've been in school. And I've always been the weirdo on the side talking about horror movies and not shooting hoops like Michael Jordan. So I figured, why not just join all of us? Because we're all nuts and we're all weird.
Now, I know this is going to shock you.
Damn right.
This is going to shock you.
Fucking A.
But at 5'5" I wasn't out there playing basketball either.
You're doing 5'5". Lauren, are you really 5'5"?
I sure am.
Really?
Lauren, don't feel bad. I'm 5'11". I'm short too.
I think I'm 5'10". I've been a long time.
Dude, I'm 5'8". I take all my photos like a forced perspective.
6'5", baby.
5'8", gentlemen. I am
Steak,
small
you're
man.
6'10".
You guys are.
I wish.
Wow. I don't know. So, Monty, do you want to speak at all about your experiences with the Blob remake or the Child's Play remake before we move on?
Oh, absolutely. The Blob remake, I remember my aunt rented it from Earl's Video Store when it first came to video. That was when, I don't know if you guys remember Earl's Video Store. where the tape would slip into the top of the tape cover and it had a burgundy outline.
Yes.
Yeah, Earl's Video Store. And I was just like, this movie is freaking awesome because it kills kids. I mean, the Blob remake is bare to none one of the most, I think, underappreciated horror remakes, like within like at least the last 40 years. I mean, it's appreciated amongst us, but I mean, just the fact that they do a lot of what's the word, red herrings, you know, and they kind of do the psycho switch where you think like this guy's gonna be the main guy, and then next thing you know, his arm falls off. Mm-hmm. It's got what's my girl's name? Shawnee Smith. Oh, I love her. I love Shawnee Smith. She's the cutest, most gorgeous. She's strong. Kevin Dillon's got that permed out Mel Gibson mullet, and he gives it the finger. And who's the other gentleman? The gentleman who leads the disinfecting team into the town. I can't remember the actor's name. He was in Serpent in the Rainbow, wasn't he?
I'd have to go back to the film. I haven't watched it in many years.
Yeah,
I forget his name too. I forget his name too.
I can't remember, but he plays he was on. Actually, he did some episodes of the Cosby Show back in the '80s. But he was a very diverse.
Is he okay? Actor. Is he okay?
He's no longer with us. Oh, you mean is he okay? Like, all right.
Is he okay?
I don't know. A certain part of his anatomy might be a little sore.
Yeah, babe.
You know, with some of that JELLO. But I think the Blob remake it's absolutely fantastic. I love it. I love the Friday the 13th reference.
I agree,
and Harry Manfredini's kind of knockoff cheesy score in there. It's great. I love that movie. The Child's Play remake, I actually really did enjoy that. Now, did I believe that kids that age would watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2? Not really, but I did appreciate the reverence.
Right. Okay, guys. So you need proof that I'm really 5'5"? Okay, so I'm gonna. This is. Well, that's in that's in there. I have 4 photos to show you to show you my progression in height versus celebrities, and then Pez. So here's me with Christina Ricci, who is actually shorter than I. Right?
Oh my gosh, she's so cute.
That's a hell of a shirt.
She is hot.
Me with
hair.
That's me with Betsy Palmer.
And hair. Let's not skip over the hair.
She's so nice. Lauren, isn't she so nice? Betsy Palmer, like she's so nice.
She's not nice anymore, but she was a great woman.
Well,
she doesn't hold much of a conversation.
So I have that photograph in a frame in my house, and when people who don't know me come over, they're always like, "Is that your grandmother that you inherited the house from?" And I go, yes.
But that's how she acted when you greeted her. Like she would awesome. Hug you. She'd be like so friendly, so nice. She was so like the nicest person at a convention. You know,
she was awesome.
I never understood that.
So this is me with CJ Graham.
CJ Graham, yeah,
good,
big CJ.
How tall is he, Lauren?
Big CJ.
Oh, it's about to get worse.
He's pretty tall, dude.
And me.
Oh my God! Look at this. He's at 6'4", right?
Wait a minute. That's Leatherface.
It's Leatherface outside the Blairstown Diner from the original Friday the 13th. So yeah, I'm really 5'5", guys.
Yeah, Gunnar Hansen said it bad. Leatherface.
I won't hold it against you.
You say that, but then you keep making requests.
Oh, come on now. Thought we were gonna keep that off air.
I need a picture with Steak. You and Steak.
Well, that probably will eventually happen, but it has not happened at this point. Al, that's gonna happen as well, correct?
Al driving again.
Al's moving. So actually, the big one is
what the heck?
The big one is that at some point, me and Monty need to be in a photo together, but that's going to take some doing. We have a state. We have a big state between us.
Right.
And Monty, where are you from?
I'm from Ohio.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if he starts walking now and I start walking now, somewhere around what, Harrisburg we'll meet?
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, it's
Somewhere
gonna be
in
a
there.
while.
I've never actually even been to Jersey. Never.
You gotta go. Listen, Jersey's great.
I'm too scared it'll be like Copland, the movie I saw with Stallone. I'm terrified it'll be like that.
Oh, that's just Teaneck. That's
Yeah.
the rest of the state. The rest of the state's nothing like that. But there is a town. Hand over heart. There is a town that is Copland.
Yeah, because I was like really shook that like somebody that looks like Ed Harris is gonna like just like pummel me into the the cement, and then Method Man is gonna say eat your Cheerios or whatever and throw me off a rooftop.
Who would have thought that Method Man would end up being the most financially successful member of the Wu-Tang Clan?
You know what? Well, it would have been Old Dirty had he not checked out.
But he did check out. You can't win Jeopardy if you don't make it to Final Jeopardy.
Yeah,
and somewhere out there, and like RZA is a friggin' genius, and he can't make money. So go figure.
Well, RZA. I remember listening to one of his albums where like he played it like backwards, and I was like, this shit's like fucking nuts. Excuse me. I mean, it's crazy.
Did you say it's fucking nuts?
I'm sorry, I used that word. Did I use that word?
No, you can't fucking say that.
Okay, my bad.
Okay. Anyway, we won't get Wu-Tang derangement syndrome here. Instead, we're going to talk about 2013's Evil Dead remake, which I think is not superior to the original, but I do think it is a completely worthy sequel. Now, I think the opening scene kind of sucks. In that voodoo scene in the cabin, whatever, in that shed. Everyone forgets that it's there, but every time you turn it on, you're like, oh, that's right, this scene exists. What do you guys think of Evil Dead 2013?
Love it.
I think it's worthy.
I'd honestly say it's superior to the original. I hate the original Evil Dead with every bit of my being. I don't give a shit about Bruce Campbell. I think he's a fucking hacky, hammy actor. And I will agree, Lauren, the beginning of Evil Dead 2013 is kind of shitty, but from there it picks up, but it's at no point is it worse than the original.
Wow. There you go. That's a hot take. Anyone else want to take it?
First off, steak sauce.
I actually haven't seen it.
The gore scenes.
I haven't seen it.
I didn't see the remake, but I know the original trilogy.
Jonathan,
obviously.
go.
Watch your fucking mouth, steak sauce. About Bruce Campbell. I don't know what has gotten into you this evening. I do not approve.
I hold that opinion in far too often.
What is it that you hate so much about the original Evil Dead?
It's dorky. I think it's poorly made, and it looks like shit to me.
Yeah.
It looks like a bunch of fucking assholes that went, to the middle of the woods to make a movie on what at that time was essentially iPhone equipment.
That's because a bunch of assholes went to a.
Listen,
I was gonna say that's what we all like about it.
I understand that that's what it is, but that's fucking what I hate about it. I can't stand it, and it only gets worse from there. It's because they go, oh hey, let's just make the same movie but wackier. LOL. Yeah. They went, let's make Evil Dead again, and then put LOL at the end.
See, that's what all these. You just hit on it. That's what all these remakes needed to do is add again to their title. So it'd be The Blob again, or Child's Play again, Evil Dead again, The Thing again. And he's gone again. You see, anytime I talk back to him, he just disappears.
I do think the Evil Dead remake is a very I think sometimes, in my opinion, my nostalgia kind of sometimes I let things pass because of my nostalgia, because I saw Evil Dead on video in 1986. My older brother showed it to me, and I just thought it was just I just loved it. I loved it. But I do think that it's a worthy remake. I don't think it's superior, but I do think it's worthy. And that's the gentleman who did Don't Breathe, isn't it? Is that the same director?
Fede Alvarez?
Yep.
Yeah, I really think that Evil Dead remake, it's a very good film. That opening voodoo scene, I remember when I first saw it, I was just kind of like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, why is this here?
I think everyone feels like that, but no one will speak up about it.
Yeah,
it's like hollowed ground. No one wants to admit they pissed on it at some point, but that scene is a mess.
It feels so. To me, it feels tacked on. Like it feels like somebody came in and said, we need to put this in here to grab the audience instead of just doing like they did in the original, where they just drive up to the damn, or I'm sorry, the evil entity or whatever it is flying through the woods. Which I've only seen the remake twice. Do they do that POV evil entity shot in the movie? I can't remember.
Probably.
Okay, it's been a while.
They homage it, but they don't have like long takes like the original have of it.
Oh, okay. So it's not like the one with the camera guy like falling all over branches and shit.
Yeah.
Like in the original.
By the way, if you want to do what they did, all you need is a 2x4 and a 1/4-inch bolt. Because if you drill a hole through a 2x4, put that bolt on, you can mount any consumer camera onto it, and that gives you basically a stabilizing bar. So you just take it in your hand like this, and run. And you'll get the same effect because it's all they did.
Yeah, because there's like really shots. You can literally see the footsteps. Like it flat out looks like somebody was just like, "Oh shit, I fell. Oh, wait a minute, get me up." Great. You know, that's what it looks like.
So, anyone else have thoughts on Evil Dead 2013?
If it was called something else other than like Evil Dead, would it be a better movie? Like, would y'all look at it differently?
No,
I wouldn't. I hold it in high regard. It's just when you compare it with the original is where I have an issue.
Yeah.
So it would not be any. I wouldn't think it's any better of a film with a different title, but it's. I don't know. The original has so much heart. It feels crafted by human hands. I like the fact that the characters aren't all. I don't know, because I think the actors weren't able to really act. They just were there and they were themselves. So it has a sort of genuineness to it that I appreciate. I don't know.
Yeah.
It also feels extremely punk rock, which I appreciate.
And that's what Steak Sauce missed out. Picking it up from the VHS copy, and I think we all lived with that except for Steak. All right.
Well, Steak Sauce, you have to understand, wasn't really into punk. He was a big Striper fan, a little bit of Petra too, you know, especially the This Means War era.
I like to rock, but I like to go to church on Sundays. So.
Yeah, well, and there's nothing to criticize there. You should be godly and rock and roll, dude.
Listen, I'll say this: the broad in the basement in the original, the picture of her on the back of the
in the basement. It sounds like any Thursday night in your house.
The artwork, the makeup effects, and the way it's kind of fucking posed on the back of I don't know, whatever late night. Who's watching Family Matters at 9 o'clock at night? What's going on here? All right, tell Reginald Val Johnson it's time to go to bed.
Okay, so I'll unmute you, Joe Bob, if we don't get your television. Is it a deal?
That's not bad.
Okay.
I love Urkel too, Joe Bob.
AEW.
I'm sorry if we were boring you, sir.
That's cool.
So the next film that I have on my list is 2009's Friday the 13th.
Oh,
I know this is going to be controversial, and it doesn't hold a candle to the original. But I think it is a worthy remake. I think it is about in the middle of the franchise proper as far as quality of film. But realistically, considering what we could have gotten from a remake, I'm overjoyed that we got the film we got. And the first 13 minutes of that movie are amazing.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Lauren, and I'll start this one off, and then everybody else can continue. I liked it. I thought, like you said, first 13 minutes, and Derek Mears was a good Jason. I thought there's some good eye candy in the movie. The kills weren't bad, you know. I mean, but still, it just had that, like, I don't know, like, you know, I like when he was like sharpening his machete. I thought that was cool. There's like a lot of like good, but it just wasn't. It just felt weird. It just felt a little off for me. Kind of like Texas Chainsaw 3D, but not so Hollywood like Texas Chainsaw 3D. I mean, I don't hate it, but it's okay. Mears was a good Jason. So that's my perspective.
Tim, I know I'm going to get a different opinion from you, so.
Yeah, it's garbage.
Garbage. So you'd say so where would you put it in the franchise as far as if you had to?
Probably somewhere between, was it 7? And I don't know. I don't like 7, so.
I'm not a big fan of 7 either.
It's like, for reference, 7 blows. So this is like really close to it.
I'm in that camp too.
Seven is like all the attention was paid on making Jason look cool, and the rest of the movie just kind of blows.
Yeah,
I hated 7 when I read it in front of video.
Yeah, it was too weird.
Came on video. I just sat there like I had no idea there was a psychic chick in this thing, and I remember renting it, and I loved part 6 so much, and I was like, "What is this? What?"
You know what blows my mind about that movie? If Tina's so damn psychic, couldn't she have just avoided the whole problem?
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Let's not watch part 7.
That's an autopsy, Lauren. That's going to be one of your autopsies.
I have a part 7 autopsy. I have all the Friday autopsies except for part 5 because someone reported it as having inappropriate material in it, so it's unavailable forever. Because apparently YouTube will never actually review it and realize there's nothing in it to be censored. But whatever.
I'm eating a stew.
YouTube fucking sucks, man.
The best way to watch part 7 is actually to throw in the DVD from the Crystal Lake to Manhattan set and throw the audio commentary with John Carl Buechler and Kane Hodder, because Kane kind of narrates his kills, and it's fucking hilarious.
Isn't it weird how Kane always talks about his career in the same way like a plumber talks about what he does? It's like, yeah, so what I did here is I grabbed a 3/4 inch pair of pliers and I rammed it down this girl's throat. And the important thing is when you do it, you got to make the right face and you have to exhale, otherwise you're going to throw your back out.
And you got to really hurt him too.
He's like completely like method when he's doing that, because what's that scene in part 7 where he stabs the chick with the party horn? Yeah. He looked like he really grabbed the shit out of her neck for real. Like, you can see it in her face. Like,
he does it at conventions. Like, he chokes out the fans at conventions. Like, some people even complain, like, this guy's grabbing me too hard. Like,
I can't do it. I'm sorry, I can't do it. That's not a comfortable position for somebody to have their hand around my throat.
Yeah,
unless it's my girlfriend.
He just grabs me, like,
So
crazy.
Sauce is actually the expert on uncomfortable positions. So, do you want to take this?
Are we still talking horror here, man?
If you were in that room at that time with Sauce, absolutely.
Everything that goes on here fits well into Lauren's definition of horror.
That's not untrue.
I'm Wayne Jersey.
So, I mean, I guess just a quick show of hands. How many people would agree with me that it's a worthy remake? Just 2 of us, 3 of us.
It's okay.
All right. So we got 50% kind of.
It's okay.
I think if you pull all of the remakes,
I'll take any of the original series of Friday the 13th over that remake. It was unnecessary. I think Chris Overholt in the chat said it pretty good. It was remarkably forgettable.
I'm not necessarily sure. That's why I don't really think of it as a remake, in all honesty. I mean, if you cut out the part where fucking stupid looking fake, baby Jason and the new Pamela, it's just Jason. Yeah, all right. And
it's part 2.5.
It's another edition.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
Like if you chopped off the pre-credit sequence or whatever, where Pamela gets her head chopped off, it's more or less just a sequel.
Just make it. That's what I'm saying, though. That's why it's not a worthy remake to me. It would have worked a lot better as a sequel.
Yeah. I think it's fucking fun from there. And at that point, the only thing I don't like about it is the tunnels and the end.
And something I took issue with the remake of Friday the 13th. I took issue with how much time they wasted with that prologue. They waste so much.
Oh no, I love
movie.
that.
Prologue's the best.
I mean, no, I like it, but it's just the fact that there was so much put into it. Like, it was just like there was nothing else left for the rest of the movie.
Well, that's the more likable group of characters.
Yeah,
but it's also, it's just like that trip over to Crystal Lake is scary in the beginning of that film. Whereas when they do it later in the film, you're like, whatever.
Yeah,
we got a party.
So
yeah.
So the big problem with that movie is that it blows its load way too early. That first 13 minutes gets you pumped, and then you spend a half hour trying to get back up to speed.
Yeah.
And it kind of eventually gets there. I think certain things like Chewie's murder in with the long screwdriver through under the throat, and it's excruciating and it's long and nasty. That's what a Friday the 13th probably needs to be now. But unfortunately,
so I just had this thought pop up into my head. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
Now here's a good question. What do you guys think? Where would you compare Derek Mears to where would you compare Derek Mears to, like, what other Jason? Like, for example, who would you say was better, Ken and Freddy versus Jason, or
Derek Mears is so much better than fucking Ken Kersinger. Ken Kersinger is the worst Jason, hands down.
I don't even think that's Jason. That's not even Jason and Freddy versus Jason to me. That's Frankenstein.
Yeah,
that's Frankenstein. That's not Jason.
Ken and Derek Barlow.
I don't know. I see. I kind of get a little bit weirded out when people have the best Jason conversation. It's kind of like the hottest girl of the franchise. I think they all sort of bring something, and I mean, like, you end up talking about your favorite film ultimately. Yeah. So I don't really look at that like Freddy versus Jason. Yeah, the performance ain't great because there's a whole lot in that movie that ain't great.
That entire movie ain't great.
Right. So to me, it's like you get a good director who understands storytelling and filmmaking. They're going to get a good performance.
I'm going to make him Frankenstein. I
don't think it's even the Frankenstein thing because, like, you know, at least the Karloff Frankenstein is more expressive than what we got.
Okay.
You know, I remember
13 or Halloween. What remake would you watch more? Bob Savage Halloween or the Friday the 13th remake?
I'm not justifying with an answer.
Oh, which one would I watch more?
Did you grow up with New Math or something?
What's that?
No,
I'd probably say Friday 09.
Yeah.
Me too.
Spoilers: Rob Zombie's Halloween will not be discussed tonight as a worthy sequel. As a worthy remake.
Let's just skip that.
Is that reserved for the next episode, Lauren?
It's going to lead off the next episode because if we don't get through it, we'll get to nothing else.
Yeah, it might be the whole episode.
Yeah, it might be a very, very long episode. Okay, does anyone have any final thoughts on Friday the 13th remake? I knew that one was going to be kind of an all over the place, but for me, it works well enough to be called worthy. In no way do I think it's superior, but
it's the most okayest remake.
Sure.
I didn't like the pot scene because it was like the studio said, Pineapple Express made a lot of money last year. We need to put some pot in here for the kids.
That's true.
I agree with that.
Well, yeah, you know what? That's something that really annoys me, that at the worst part in the Friday the 13th series, they start to try and understand why the films are successful and kind of lean into those aspects. That's what happened with 5. It's like, oh, it's about nudity, so we'll have a ton of it. Well, watch those first 4 movies. There's less nudity in them than most R-rated films of the time.
Did that make part 5 work?
4 is the only one that's got a whole lot of...
I'm just saying that they leaned into an aspect without understanding, the real the position it should be in a Friday 13th. If a Friday 13th becomes about when the next girl's going to take off her top, it's kind of missed the point.
Right.
At least for me.
It was prepackaged. I'm sorry, bro.
Oh, that's fine. I was going to say, I think that's more of a Danny Steinman thing than it was necessarily an expectation of those movies. Because look at his history. I feel like part 5 probably created that trope.
Well, to be fair, Sean Cunningham, Wes Craven, and Steve Miner all worked on what was at the time hardcore pornography.
Yeah, but then Danny Steinman did this, and he was just like, later. No, you didn't do anything else.
I'm going back to the video camera. Bye.
Yeah.
But even to me, when you look at the remake, like this concept that the machete had to be in like every freaking shot, kind of blows my mind too. Because my favorite Jason murders are all the bare hand stuff.
Yeah,
when it's just brutal. It's head crushes. Whenever he's breaking people in half, that stuff is
the gutter gun for the final chapter where he smashes a dude's face in the shower.
Oh, well, Laura, what about that part 3 kill where he chops the guy in half?
No, I'm not saying I'm not saying there shouldn't be any machetes.
Yeah.
I'm not saying at all. I'm just saying that in the remake they made the machete like its own character.
Like in the 90s, like in the 90s, like every reference to Jason is like, oh, Jason and his chainsaws. And when did Jason use a chainsaw? Never, not once.
No.
And you know something? One thing that I wished that they would have focused some attention on in the 2009 movie. I really wish they would have brought back, and I'm a cheerleader for Harry Manfredini. I really wish they would have brought him back, or at least had him collaborate with another person, and they blend in the 80s kind of, sound and then add in something new, which they kind of did in the opening credits when the Paramount logo came up, because that nod to final chapter, the doon, doon, doon. But I really thought, for me, as a viewer of the Paramount Fridays, I really felt that was what was really a big hunk that was missing for me as a viewer. That Harry Manfredini at least sound and nod throughout the movie consistently. I would have liked that, but they didn't do it.
That could have been a good idea.
I mean, as a guy who loves the original score, I did a cover of the original score on guitar this week. I actually really liked what Jablonski did for the remake, because the movie was not tonally a 1980s film. So I think it would have been even weirder for people to have that classic pseudo-orchestral score in what was really like a Blumhouse production. I mean, for all intents and purposes, it was Platinum Dunes, but you know what I'm saying.
Now, do you think they could have redone it though, Lauren? Do you think they could have?
But why? At that point, you see, again, I'm always for, if they're going to remake something, make it your own. The more mimicry you do, the worse it's going to be, in my opinion. The one commonality, and we'll kind of get this at the end, is like whenever the filmmakers say, I like what this film was, I'm going to take its essence and then I'm going to do my own thing, I think it works. But when you say, I'm just going to remake it in the conventional way you do it, it usually does not work.
Right.
I mean, it's like covering a song and then just like, the same beat for beat.
I still think that they could have maybe, I'm going to use a 90s rap reference. I think they could have Puff Daddied up the...
So you wanted Kashmir on the soundtrack?
Oh man!
Yeah, well, you know how Puff Daddy, he's the king. In the '90s, he was the king of sampling. You know what I mean? So I was thinking like maybe at least if they even took some nods from Final Chapter, Jason's, because Jason has that theme that and I kind of wish that would have been in there just a little bit throughout the movie. Just give Jason a theme. Maybe not the whole movie, but just give Jason a theme.
What if we gave him the theme from Flashdance as his music?
Oh Christ! Well, we'll just he'll take off the hockey mask.
What a feeling!
We'll just throw the water right on him. Oh, that will be perfect, and he'll have his little,
down there on Saturday night looking for another life.
All right, let's move on from Friday, because we'll just stay there if we stay there any longer.
Wow.
So next film remake that I consider to be a worthy remake is 1999's House on Haunted Hill.
Yes!
Oh, yes.
Now,
yes.
Besides the big CGI ending, which I do have issues with, I think that's a remarkably fun film. I think Jeffrey Rush is a perfect stand-in for Vincent Price. I think it's well written. I think it's well executed. And if it's a smaller film, it's because the original was a smaller film. I have almost, besides again that the last maybe 5 minutes of the movie, I have zero issues with House on Haunted Hill, and for a remake, that's damn good.
Yeah, I agree. Everything you said, Lauren, I loved it. I really did. I thought it was awesome, and I can't say anything bad about it. And the original too. I love the original. I can't. There's not one negative thing I could say.
Tim, what do you say?
Again, as much time has passed between the two that it's one of those remakes that it kind of needs to happen as far as technology and stuff goes. But I enjoy that. I enjoy the 13 Ghosts remake. So I wish they would make more Castle films.
Homicidal, right? And the Tingler. They both are necessary.
Tingler.
Make it happen. Mr. Graham.
I actually don't like the remake. I love the original, and I watched the original after I had seen the remake. So, give me Vincent Price over that, even the cheesy effects. I mean, I don't know why it bored me. I think I only watched it once when it first came out. And that was it for me, and I was excited for it too.
So have you
I
seen
guess
the
I'm
other
alone
Dark?
on that one. But
Have you seen the other Dark Castle films from Joel Silver? Ghost Ship and
Ghost Ship was good.
Oh yeah. I've seen Ghost Ship. I liked Ghost Ship. Okay, I think the opening of Ghost Ship was probably the best part.
Said everyone always. Yes,
I'm correct. Yeah.
And 13 Ghosts for me is just like a special effects reel. It's kind of the spookies of that generation. It doesn't have much besides the fact that the ghosts look cool.
And I thought 13 Ghosts was okay.
Jonathan?
I've actually never seen it. So.
Oh, I recommend it. Don't buy that expensive reissue. Just find a freaking used DVD and for a few bucks, and you'll enjoy. I think you'll enjoy it.
It's funny.
Yeah, John will like it. He'll like it.
This is exactly what I was looking at. I was like, I'm not paying $31.99.
And I don't. And listen, I'm the guy who said, hit up the used Redbox discs. I'm all for getting movies at a price. I think because you know what, guys, seriously, our tastes are gonna change. Okay, don't spend 30 freaking bucks on a movie that, let's be honest, when you're 60, you're gonna want to use as a coaster.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, should they remake it?
Nah, I'd say leave it alone.
The only way you know what I'd actually say that House on Haunted Hill should get? A stage production. It is designed for
like
Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, can you imagine? I mean, it would be so easy to get two strong leads to nightly go out there. You could even make the husband and wife jabs between them, the verbal jabs, into a song. It's easy.
Oh man, live stage production.
Yeah,
you could really play with that with the lighting and the sets. Whew, you could really set that off really nice.
You could bring that nice skeleton effect back from the original.
Yeah,
dude, absolutely. You're probably kidding, but I'm not.
Oh,
Emergio was amazing.
Listen.
What do you guys think about The Thing? John Carpenter's he's remaking it with Blumhouse. The Thing.
What?
John Carpenter is not remaking The Thing with Blumhouse. He's saying, yes, pay me money to use my
just be hot air.
I'll go out there and do a few interviews.
I do the score, yeah.
You know what's hilarious? John Carpenter does not give two damns. He does not care. And what I love about it is he blatantly in the interviews is like, I don't give a damn. And I want you to know I don't give a damn. He's awesome.
I promise you in 10 years. I promise you in 10 years when he talks about the Blumhouse years, he's going to be like, yeah, they paid me to go out there and say how much I endorsed them.
Oh, God. Did you see the Blumhouse guy's face when he did the promotions for Halloween? Like, there were a couple times when John would say stuff and he would just go like, I was just like, John's just like, look, fuck you all. You guys have been screwing me for years. Pay me.
John Carpenter does not owe anyone anything.
Oh, he's awesome.
Absolutely.
He's awesome. He doesn't give a damn, and I don't blame him.
So I will say this. I know a little bit about some of the pre-production stuff that's going on behind the scenes on The Thing. and I'm actually really hopeful for it. I know some of the people there they've approached about certain creative aspects, and they're good people. So they're starting from the right creative team this time. And I think one of the cool things about it is it's not exactly what you're expecting in your head. And I think that might be the key to making this thing work this time. But that said, it's Blumhouse. You know how much I trust them. Could change
Jason
anywhere
Blum
along
has
the...
no- Jason Blum has no clue what he's doing.
Monty,
I'm
looks like you're-
surprised they hadn't jumped on a Fly remake or something.
Yeah. Oh, that would be cool. I was gonna say the House on the. Oh, I'm sorry, Lauren.
Speaking of
Sorry.
remakes,
Fox wanted to do another Fly remake, but the Disney deal seems to have put that in a weird position.
What about Birds? Would that work, Lauren? Birds remake or no?
No.
Well, we got Birdemic. What do we need?
oh god,
I love Birdemic. If you're gonna make a bad film, make a bad film. Make a bad film.
they're trying to remake Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't.
That's
Kevin Hart and
give me a fucking break.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles being remade with Will Smith.
Oh, I heard about that BS. Yeah, I heard about that. That pissed me off. I cut off my computer. I damn near tore apart the furniture in my house when I heard that. Garbage.
I'm interested, but only if they play it the opposite way of what you're thinking. If they make Will Smith like the wacky John Candy character and Kevin Hart has to play the straight man, I'm down.
I think that would work.
They're
And
doing,
end up together at the end.
they're doing this. I can feel something.
Let's have Sauce direct this. I can see where it's going.
Yeah.
I can feel. Let me say something. They're gonna remake it not because they're gonna remake it. They're doing it because of all this political stuff's going on. And I
What
won't go
political
into
stuff?
detail, but
Did
y'all
I
know
miss something on the news?
yep, pretty much news. What you see in the news? It's just like
What?
What?
Yes, John Candy has been very controversial lately.
Yeah.
now the
I hear he's dating Betsy Palmer.
Lord.
They just found out he's dead. There's been protests everywhere.
What?
He's really alive.
Exactly.
Candy Lives Matter, dude. Don't even joke.
I'm just saying they're remaking it because of the whole damn politics that's going on television nowadays. It's like
It's all Jess's fault.
feel it. I can feel it.
Okay.
So anyways, House on Haunted Hill was. I'm gonna buy that.
So yeah. Anyway, let's.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not going yet.
2009 was an interesting year because we didn't only get a Friday the 13th remake. We also got a Last House on the Left remake.
Yeah.
And
House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah.
I really think that the Last House remake was worthy of the original as well. And I really didn't think it could work. I thought that the original was just in such a weird place historically. Those type of movies didn't get made anymore. Not just rape revenge, just like those grindhouse features that looked and felt dirty and mean. I didn't think that they made them anymore. But in 2009, we actually got one, and it did well. I think the film comes damn close to matching the original. It just doesn't quite get there. What do you guys think?
Can I intercept?
Yeah.
I love the Last House on the Left remake. I thought it was what I love about it is the fact that it kept the nastiness intact. Of course, it couldn't go as nasty and as grungy as the original version, but it still kept the meanness intact, the uncomfortableness, and I like the fact that there was some craft in the filmmaking. Who's the gentleman who took David Hess's role?
Garrett Dillahunt.
Yeah, Garrett Dillahunt. He was gangster. I loved him when that scene in the rape scene in the woods. When he said, I want you to call her name, tell her it's gonna be okay. I said, this dude is cold. That scene chilled me to the bone the way he played it. And then I love that film. I thought it was very well put together. The only thing that I didn't like about it was the microwave thing.
Yeah.
The microwave thing
That was a
was
little
kinda,
much.
I call BS on
Yeah,
that.
that was
Yeah.
kind of corny. The microwave.
But I thought
I
it felt
agree.
I
very
completely
real.
wanted to go home and try and see if I could replicate it. Because you know the doors, they make everything cheap, dude. So I'm thinking like you probably just like a VCR, you probably just have to put tape over the right part,
Yeah.
and it'll think the door is
No,
closed.
that's exactly how that works.
So I'm thinking you could do it. I'm thinking the question is, can you fit a human head inside a microwave?
Yeah.
And if you try
you
hard enough,
could. You could. You could.
You're gonna have to get one of the over the range deals, man. It can't be no cheap
Hey,
$30
yeah.
Joe Bob,
deal.
Mr. Tar Heel, can you do me a favor? Can you go to your kitchen and bring back the microwave? We want to try an experiment.
Didn't they steal that from Microwave Massacre?
Well,
What is that? A
I
sausage?
would hope
The
so.
head-
I've never seen Microwave Massacre, but if that doesn't happen in it, I want my money back.
I've never seen that film either. Is it good?
I didn't know that was
Wow,
bad.
I don't even know why. I don't even know why I
No.
asked that. I don't know
Even
why I
worse-
asked that.
Even better is it just someone bludgeoning people to death with a microwave?
They just swinging it.
so
We're talking like
have you ever
early
seen
80s
have you ever
microwave,
seen any like
200
late
pounds.
60s pornography? It
I've
all seems to have
fucking-
that yellow texture to everything. That's Microwave Massacre. The whole movie.
Isn't the main guy the Jack Frost in the 60s?
Yep, Jackie Vernon.
Yeah, and if you want to see him like rape somebody, I think somebody and
Who
stick their head in
doesn't?
the microwave.
I think that happens more than once in the movie. I
Yeah,
think that's
yeah.
pretty much
That's
pretty
my
much
kink.
a
Right.
watch, rinse, repeat film until its last act. And there's a
That
thing
was
with
the
his
first
mom.
thing I thought of.
His
Yeah.
mom is like the whole subplot that becomes the main plot. It's really a messed up film.
How is he killing people with a microwave?
Well, he doesn't though. He
He
kills
cooks
people in
them.
the microwaves. He cooks them in the microwave.
Yeah,
Oh,
The massacre doesn't occur in the microwave.
That's false advertising, man. That'd be like
But you know what? Hey, but here,
That'd be like if Leatherface used the damn
You're
like a
so-
baseball bat and then cut people up with it and say, "Oh,
but you're
you're
saying that
baseball
you're
bat."
saying that, but you know what? That version of Microwave Massacre, crossbred with Gulliver's Travel, is the film I want to see happen.
I'll take it.
You put it on high for 5 minutes, and little people just pop.
we got a stream of remakes that need to happen.
Gulliver's Travel, the 60s pornographic gore film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I
So,
want to. Oh, never mind.
so what do you guys think of Last House? It seems like there's a lot of positivity around that remake.
I love that movie.
It's good. Other than again, like
Yeah, I
Monty
enjoyed
said,
it.
The fucking the microwave at the end. It's
Yeah, that was
hokey.
ridiculous.
I don't like that. Spoiler alert: the gal survives at the end. That does kind of bum me out.
I think it was made to do the opposite thing, though.
You know what I mean? Like the fact that the wacky cops not being in it, I think, is a plus. I like it in the original, but I like that they didn't try to throw that in there in the remake.
I think those wacky cops needed a spin-off film of their own.
I don't disagree with that at all. And frankly, if I were the head of any production company, I would greenlight that immediately.
I did miss the David Hess music. in the remake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, and I'll say I just like the fact that I just like the fact that it felt so real. It felt like a very realistic situation. I mean, it really felt like it could happen, as in the original feels the same way too. But when Cobra Kai comes in, that kind of like takes me out of it for a minute. The cops in the original, it for me, it takes me out the film in the original. But yeah, it's a solid remake, man. That guy, he killed it.
I have one more question for all you guys. Actually, is the rape revenge genre, is that dead? Could you do it now?
Well, I didn't think you could do it in 2009.
No, but I mean, I'm talking a lot's changed since 2009.
So I think like they're still making "I Spit on Your Grave" remake sequels. And remakes
Well,
of
I mean,
remakes.
today it would have to be the woman would have to be the raper, and also be the one that gets revenge.
There's logistics involved in that I need to know about.
Go to my favorite website. And you type in PE.
Popsicletrickdicks.com.
I don't want to know what your favorite
That's
website
woke
is
for your
ever.
ass right there.
Ever. So I think rape and revenge could still be a thing, but the thing is, how it's presented would have to be massively different. Remember, The Accused is a rape and revenge film, basically, and it was an Academy Award.
Yeah,
film. I mean,
and I am talking about, and basically what you could call exploitation today, like an exploitation film. But
yeah,
because I know so many people who gave up on Last House because of that, and the point I would try to make is if you watch the rest of the film, you feel a lot better about what happened.
Yeah. The worst thing you can do is stop that movie.
And a lot of people do, even with Spit on Your Grave. They just could not make it through that, and I get that. But
yeah, I get it too. I can understand. But
I don't like either version of I Spit on Your Grave. I don't like the remake or the older one. I hate both versions, and I hate the
original.
Too.
I like both.
The original is just weird.
That's a good example of a decent remake. I Spit on Your Grave.
She cussed the guy's fucking dick off in the bathtub. Oh man,
that's pretty badass. She's badass. You don't want to fuck with her.
You see, that's the anti-Freddy one-liner, and that scene we talked about when he says that's so good it hurts, and you're like, oh. So I'm a sucker for films that make me uncomfortable. I like to feel things in film, and it's not just things that make me feel comfortable. I like when a movie says, think you're feeling pretty good, huh? I'm gonna ruin your night.
Hey, you know what though? I want to jump in there. Like, how far? And this is a great topic for one of these streams. Movies went too far.
So,
what about Suspiria, 2018?
Like a Serbian film. Like, is that what we're talking here? Because that can make you feel all kinds of things, and none of it's that this is a good film. But
it's a better film than its reputation, but it's still not something that I particularly like. And it's not because of that scene, by the way. That scene is honestly pretty cheesy. The idea gets it through, right? But it's a well-made film, which is, I think, if people haven't seen a Serbian film, that's the shocking thing about it. You expect it to be a badly made film, and it's not. Now, for me, I mean, that line is really, really nebulous. I mean, Cannibal Holocaust does not bother me in the least. No. It's effective. It does what it wants to do. But I can't look back and say, wow, I really wish that sea turtle was still with us. He wasn't a friend of mine, so I don't know.
I'll go so far as to say this. Fuck that sea turtle.
I don't think we should make that film today that way. I don't think we should kill animals today. But the film exists, and you should evaluate it on its own terms. But I don't know where that line really is with me. There's just kind of good and bad movies. I don't know. Does anyone have a line that can't be crossed in film?
I don't like animals
anything and everything.
No, I don't like animals being hurt. That gets to me. I'm a big animal lover, and
she's getting hurt. Oh my god!
I don't want to sound like I'm like sensitive or anything, but they were like a Serbian film like disgusted me. Like, I understand that's the intent, but like I just felt like a bad person after that. And things like, I don't know if anybody's ever watched the August Underground series. Like, I felt like that was just too much for me.
It makes you want to take a shower.
Did you feel like you were a participant? Like almost like in you watching it, like almost like you were contributing to
when I saw like the first August Underground movie, which I kept going for some reason. I was watching it online, and I actually didn't know whether or not I was seeing something I didn't know if I had found something I wasn't supposed to.
Wow, really?
So I mean, it was back, mid 2000s. So
okay,
yeah, but no, I don't. Those films don't get talked about a lot. And I feel like those did cross the line for me.
Well, they're ultra low budget, and that's why no one talks about them.
Mm-hmm.
They're effective, though.
Yeah, I'd say they are. And I'd say that the Japanese guinea pig series kind of falls into that category too, whereas they cross a line to the point where you go, oh, I'm into gore, and then you're like, oh, maybe I'm not really into gore because right now I'm actually kind of feeling sick at this point. I mean, the Flower of Flesh and Blood is just it's 35 minutes of a woman being tortured.
I don't find entertainment value in it.
graphically.
What is this film? What is this film called, Lauren, that you just mentioned?
Yeah, what's the name of the film?
Guinea Pig, Flower of Flesh and Blood.
Okay.
Guinea Pig, Flower of Flesh and Blood.
It's not a film. It's not. There's no narrative or anything.
It's a woman in a net.
Yeah.
It's. But I mean, you want to see fingernails torn off in extreme close up? It's there.
Lauren,
You
what
wanna
about
see-
the man
You
under
want
the
to see
sun?
needles go into eyeballs in
Guinea
extreme
Pig,
close up?
Flower, Flesh and Blood.
There.
Lauren, how about the man under the sun?
The Man Behind the Sun.
Beyond, yeah, beyond.
In front of.
Besides the cat scene, which I find disturbing for obvious reasons, I always saw that film. I've only ever seen that film with people. I've never like sat down and taken it terribly serious. Yes, it's got a lot of gore. It's got a lot of, oh my god, this if this kind of shit really happened, that's really awful. But
Fuck, Monty.
gotta go. You gotta go. Jess is very quiet at this point in this discussion. He's got me worried.
Jess is.
Oh no.
He's like,
I mean,
no
Jess is
lie.
drunk.
Kill all the turtles. I don't give a fuck.
I'm actually not drunk tonight.
I can
haven't
get
been
behind
drinking too much.
Give me the meerkat, and
no.
I'll take care of it.
I was still kind of dwelling. We were talking about all these films. I mean, even Last House on the Left made me uncomfortable, which is what it's supposed to do. But I don't know if I found entertainment out of it. And I'm a Wes Craven fan, even. It just, one long rape movie. None of that's entertaining to me. So, like several films that you mentioned, even now, I wouldn't care for. I don't really have a line. I'm not scared. I know it's just I find
DJ,
no
stop being a
entertainment
cunt.
and it really makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, guys
Did-
in
did
the chat.
Suspiria
Jamie's
make
had a rough
anybody
day.
feel uncomfortable?
So that's
Let's just keep the conversation about movies and skateboarding, apparently, and leave it at that.
Tight.
So anyway, Last House on the Left seems to be one of the bigger winners on this
Good shit.
list. Yeah.
It's awesome. Awesome.
Okay, what do you guys think of My Bloody Valentine 3D?
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Love it.
Jonathan's pointing down.
Beat it.
I
It's
love the
okay.
original. I love the remake. I
Well,
love
was it
both.
not aliens enough for you, or
No, there was not. No,
I actually prefer the original.
I walked out on that film in theaters. I was bored. It wasn't that I found anything super wrong with it. It was boring.
okay.
My biggest criticism of the remake is it's almost a little too CWE.
Very.
With the actors? Oh,
Yeah.
I can see that.
But I like it a lot.
Yeah, I remember
Unfortunately,
that-
honestly,
you remember
I could. Unfortunately, I have to say I have not seen the original, but I
Remember
do
that,
enjoy the remake a lot.
Do you remember that short-lived CW show where Todd Farmer walked around naked for 30 minutes every week?
Yeah,
What?
it was him and Tyler Labine.
It was kind of a buddy cop show, but they were never cops. It was weird.
Yeah,
A lot of handcuffs, though.
Not in a good way.
Jesus.
Oh, spoilers. I'm sorry. If anyone's going out there, pick up the box set for $58 from Screen Factory. Mastered in 2K, but only released in 1080. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to spoil it for you.
I like the original better.
Yeah, me too. Original was awesome.
Yeah, I like the original better. And plus the fact that was around the time too when like every movie was doing the whole Norman Bates Fight Club twist thing. Because what was that horrible movie Robert De Niro did with Dakota Fanning? Did it? Then Hide and Seek did it. My Bloody Valentine did it. Fight Club did it. What else did it? Where it's the
Simpsons did it.
Every movie did it, and that twist just didn't work for me. And especially by the point in the movie when they go face to face when one guy's in the cage, the guy from Supernatural and Harry, whatever his name is, the killer is on the outside. I figured it out by that point. I was just like, oh, okay. But I mean, it was okay. It has some nice nods, but I prefer the grungy early 80s Paramount.
Yeah, same here.
So I just remind you that we're not talking about films that are better than the original. right?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Ones that are worthy remakes.
Worthy. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Monty, you
Remakes
didn't
only.
jump
I'm sorry,
on
Lauren.
last week. So we don't get to talk about the films that are better.
Okay, I'm sorry. It was worthy.
Worthy, I think Worthy is pretty fair. I mean, Jonathan disagreed because he said he found it boring because they too much talking. He's not there to defend himself.
Oh,
It wasn't bad. It was fun.
I guess the question is like on these remakes, like if I want to watch My Bloody Valentine, I'm going to watch the original always. I'm not going to go back to a remake. So is that how y'all judge these?
I try to just judge every movie on its own merits.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
But that does get difficult with certain titles. Now, I don't feel as strongly as a lot of people do about My Bloody Valentine. It's not one of my favorite 80s slasher films. I like it. It's fine. I hear people talk about it as if it's a top 5 80s slasher film, and I'm like, it's not even close to that for me. So it's easy for the remake to win me over as much as it did. Now, again, didn't make it onto the list for last week. I don't think it's superior to the original.
Right.
But I do think it's way, way better than most of the wave, and it was really respectful of the source material, I felt.
Mm-hmm.
But Jonathan did not. So
Yeah, the original got that late 70s, early 80s vibe to it. It looks like that kind of movie.
I'll allow it, Lauren.
I thought
the judge has spoken.
I thought for a second that Jonathan looked like Kevin Smith.
What is it?
For the longest time, I thought, just for a second when you took your hat off, I was like, that's fucking Kevin Smith.
That was a nice thing anybody's ever said about me, Joe Bob. Thank you.
Well, Jonathan, you might want to start taking baby aspirin now then.
Yeah.
Get ahead of the curve.
No joke.
Jonathan?
I'm already 30. My best films would have been behind me by now anyway.
Jonathan, did you really think that you were going to peak one night because Joe Bob Tarhill gave you a compliment?
Nope.
It's all downhill from here, baby.
It wasn't a great uphill ride, man. I mean,
Remember, no matter what gear you're in, you can't coast uphill. So the next one is going to get me in trouble because I know some of you are going to be overly fond of this film. But Night of the Living Dead 1990.
fantastic.
So I hate what they did. I hate what they did to Barbara. Hate it. But the film itself is solid, if unremarkable. But I think it's a worthy remake if what we're talking about is films that don't embarrass their predecessors.
Oh, it could have went so bad. It could have went so bad, and it was very exciting.
Yeah.
I think it's solid.
Yeah, I liked it.
It's solid.
I liked it. Rest in peace to Sid Haig.
It's solid. I took a tiny bit of an issue with Barbara shooting Cooper in the head, like just blasting him at the end. Took a little bit of issue with that.
That was good shit. I like that.
Yeah.
Tom Tolles is a cocksucker in that movie.
He is. Oh, he's a bastard.
I must have missed that scene.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, I took a little issue with that. But it's a solid film. It's a solid.
It was good.
I just don't think action heroes really belong in my horror movies.
Yeah.
And that's what comes out. So it wasn't so much that it was like I wanted catatonic Barbara back as much as I really kind of freak out whenever suddenly someone's like, oh no, I'm gung-ho and I'm going to take them all out. It's just, to me, horror, that's opposed to what horror should be for me.
Pre-Linda Hamilton.
She could have went so
Do
far.
we really want to go to Jim Cameron right now? Do we really want to do that?
Lord, I forgot about the aliens talk. Oh God, I watched that with you guys yesterday.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good debate.
That was fantastic.
Lawrence,
I like this remake a lot. You know, honestly, as far as I can remember in my head, it's the first horror movie I ever saw. So it's kind of got a special place in my heart. Unfortunately, it probably makes me a little biased, but I think it's, Tony Todd is terrific and Tom Tolles is great. Barbara becoming fucking, last action hero. It's not the best. I mean, even if she had stopped just short of going, hey, we can literally just walk around these idiots, without being fucking Terminator 2 or whatever. I keep calling her different Schwarzenegger.
Well
films,
said. Well said, Steve.
But I mean,
I agree with
to have her
mostly.
to have her catatonic again would be kind of foolish. So.
You know what the worst part of these streams is for me? I have now purchased the third movie since I got on here off Amazon.
Really?
Christ.
We are expensive.
Yes, you are.
Well, the good news is if you return for next week's episode of the community shows, you
not
won't
buying
have
a
this
damn
problem because you won't be tempted to buy any of those movies.
I just forgot there was a Blu-ray of this Night of the Living Dead remake.
It's a good.
Oh, is there a Blu-ray out there?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, and it is surprisingly affordable. It's only $15 on Amazon.
I swear, I didn't know that.
And it comes with a hole
Steak
right
has
to the
it.
center, just
Yeah.
like steak
Yeah.
carpet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
isn't that
Oh, that's-
fun?
Oh, that's badass, man.
No, that's not real. It's
No,
that's
not real.
my
On every copy, they have a camera that looks out the backside and projects onto a small screen on the front. So it just
That's why I
looks
jumped
like
on it, man.
it just looks like there's a hole in every copy. It did push the price of production up, but it's worth it, right? It's a limited edition. It comes with a lithograph. You can sell the slipcase on eBay to try and recoup some of the money.
I have a fucking I went a little nuts for my birthday, so I got like a pile of slipcases that I'm just too lazy to throw on eBay because I'm curious to see what they fetch.
You sell all yours too?
I've never done it before. I've never.
I got
thought
a
about
Dolly Dearest slipcase I have got to throw on.
I throw them out.
Is there a company that only makes slipcases? Like,
Slipcase Co.
yeah,
Listen, man.
Somebody's got to do it, right? Like there's
Somebody-
some factory somewhere.
I was going to say,
I'm going to make bootleg ones and put them on the market.
Yeah, people do that. People do that.
did they in the original Night of the Living Dead? Because it's been a while since I saw it. Did they have that montage with all the bodies like they had in the '90 version at the end of that one?
The body pyre, the pyre?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it was okay. Because it's been a while since I've seen the original version.
Yeah.
Okay. I will say at the end of the '90 version, I love that music at the end of the '90 version. That's a pretty kind of eerie, kind of electronic kind of sound
Excellent.
to that.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that was badass.
Okay, guys, I'm going to head it out. I'm going to bed.
Later, Joe Bob.
Sweet dreams.
Nice to meet you, Monty.
Sleep
Hey,
tight.
Joe Bob. Hey, take it easy, bro.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, my
Peace
friend.
out, bitches.
Hey, Joe Bob, be careful with your teddy tonight, okay? Be good.
What?
Night.
Night.
See you, man.
Take it easy, bro.
So I think that the thing about the Night of the Living Dead remake is I saw it in theaters. I remember the audience kind of came out in a daze, and for a while, no one talked about that movie at all. It just disappeared like it didn't exist. It definitely had a renaissance at a certain point, but I can remember buying a ticket to a midnight movie on Halloween called Night of the Living Dead, and we all got into the theater. The theater was packed, and the remake started to play on the screen.
Oh,
And there was an audible rush out of that theater for people rushing to the box office to get their money back because they expected the original. And so
yeah,
I
you
think
can't pull that shit, man. That's fucked up.
now I stayed because I was like, I'm already here. I drove 40 minutes, whatever. But it kind of colored my perspective. And for the longest time, I thought people didn't like it at all. So
No, it was good.
it was weird for me to
I think it's a great remake, and
Yeah.
Has Tom Savini directed anything else?
the pilot episode of Tales from the Dark Side and the final episode of last year's Creepshow, which is unfortunately the worst episode of that season.
I'd like to see him do another feature, man. That wasn't bad.
I don't think that opportunity is going to come for him. We'll talk offline if you think.
Uh-oh.
I
Tom
think there's going to be
Savini,
a murder. Call Ohio. Get the Ohio police on the phone. They just have the one in force, right? It's,
The Ohio ones.
either that or this just became the Paranormal Activity sequel. Watch
Joe Bob-
watch closely to see if something falls.
Has Joe Bob got Family Matters on again? What the fuck's going on here?
He is Family Matters.
Oh, Joe Bob.
T-Bob, yes, the Creepshow reboot is very good. The television show on Shudder is my favorite incarnation of Creepshow.
Woo!
Jamie, Reach out to me after the show. Just reach out to me after the show. So I have one more film on my list, and this one might be one that where I'm going to get a lot of I've never seen from you guys. Although I think at least Tim will be with me. So 1979's Nosferatu the Vampire, the Herzog film.
I haven't seen it, Lauren.
Never seen it.
Has it?
I've seen the original, not the remake.
Oh, okay.
I'm with you.
It's overlong, but it's beautiful. And it's shocking what's actually on screen. So I would encourage you guys to check it out, but check it out for a price because it's not for everyone.
Wait, so what is the original of that? Are we talking the silent?
Yes.
The silent film.
Yeah, like
Right.
It's short. It's good. Short.
Yeah, I'm saying,
I like the original
like,
silent film.
So right, that's what I'm saying. Like this, like,
no, the one with
it's
Zachary.
fine. Sound film's fine, but like
We're talking about the one with Zachary Quinto.
No. No, we're not. But like we were saying before, the gap between original and remake definitely helps films. And in this case, it's probably the longest gap possible.
Yeah.
So I would say that if you guys want to see a remake and see what someone with a vision can do for a remake, check out Herzog's Nosferatu the Vampire. Do not check out its sequel, Nosferatu in Venice. It is not something you want to do. That thing is just plain boring.
It sounds
Is that real? I don't think I've never seen that.
Oh, that's real.
A lot of clothes on missionary.
And that's what it's called?
Nosferatu in Venice, yeah.
Why would Nosferatu go to Venice?
I don't know. It's got a very Ernest Goes to Camp thing going on.
Good wine, I would assume.
But he drinks
wine and great oldies.
So, guys, we just outlined like a decent amount of remakes that we think are worthy. Not everyone, you didn't agree with all of them, but I don't think anyone disagreed with all of them, right? So remakes have this really bad reputation, and I'm completely 100% guilty of spreading this reputation. But over the course of 2 nights, we kind of went over 25 titles or so that are remakes that are either better or, quality worthy of the original. Now, there's a lot of bad remakes, and we're going to get the chance to discuss all those, but not all of those. We'll get a chance to discuss a fraction of those.
Rob Zombie, Halloween.
Marathon stream. Let's go.
The Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
Do these streams kind of suggest that maybe we should talk about the whole remake phenomenon differently than we usually do? Are we just kind of dyed in the wool opposed to it as an idea rather than the films?
Yes, 100%.
Jonathan, you look very intense right now.
I'm reading the bullshit in the chat right now. Sorry.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I think I've missed a whole bunch of stuff in the chat.
So let me ask in the chat, did we because you guys are paying more attention to it than I am because I turned out at a certain point. Did we do something to cause this?
It's a good question.
We were boring for a little while, probably. I feel like we slept walk through 1 or 2 of these movies.
I can't see the chat at all. So
I can't see it either.
If you're watching on a cell phone, StreamYard does not give you the chat.
I'm on my
I'm on my phone. I'm on my cell phone.
I popped the old YouTube application out there. So
what's going on in the chat? What are they saying?
There seems to be some friction, and not the good kind.
I see a bunch. I see Orc has some pizza.
Orc always has pizza.
Pizza and pancakes, dog.
Pizza. Well, pizza. Actually, pancakes are one of the toppings he prefers on pizza.
Orc's not the controversy
real close.
this time, though, is he?
No, he's real close to Canada, so maple syrup and everything.
Honestly, I say we give Canada Maine. Just fucking let them have it. They talk weird too.
I'll say give them the Dakotas, man.
You talk weird, eh?
I don't know. So, Orc, why didn't you jump on? By the way, you were invited, dude.
Yeah, let's get some more people in here. Come on.
Endless pancakes, he says. In all caps with space separation on every letter. And DJ Donnelly saying, my question and conversation upset a few people and it was not my intention. Well, DJ, I didn't follow it, so I can't speak to the specifics. But here's what I'm going to say: as a community, we're gonna sometimes brush our wings against each other. Okay, that's just going to happen. I don't have a problem with that. But if we know we're doing it, let's do the right thing and make amends because we're all on the same team here. I mean, the bad people in the world are not in my chat. I promise that. So let's do what we have to do to make sure everyone understands that we don't mean harm. And if you do mean harm, then me and Sauce will get together and take care of you.
Jersey style.
Fucking A.
That's right. You think that golf clubs were created for a sport? There's a whole other sport we'll teach you.
Yeah, we'll whack your balls.
Jess will get in it.
Hell yeah.
I don't know why I start talking like I'm from fucking Boston. Like,
We'll whack your balls.
I am not a cap.
You're not going to get it. Joyzy has its own justice. There's two justices.
You fucking cocksucker.
I fucking say that you're not a fucking cop.
And that's where we've descended to.
And now back to Monty.
Well, Monty, dude. Let him get his headphones on. Hey, Monty.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Lauren.
You walk away, and there was 4 declarations of war in the chat.
Oh, were they? I am so sorry. I had to take a phone call. What happened?
I don't even friggin' know,
That
dude.
was
but
one
I'm assuming it was
person?
you.
What?
Okay.
What did DJ say that got everybody riled up?
It's probably not best.
What exactly happened?
I don't know.
DJ said something.
Maybe someone. We have another panelist here that maybe can shed some light.
Okay.
Satan, are you there?
Yes.
So, what exactly happened out in the chat?
My power.
Your power. From the Exorcist, I only understand you can open a drawer. So you have to explain what happened.
That's a creepy voice. Holy shit.
That's awesome.
Of evil.
It might be more Darth Vader than
That's
Satan.
a frightening voice.
You summoned me.
Yeah, but I summon a lot of people. That doesn't really narrow it down at all.
Grandma Joan?
Where did you hide the insurance money? I've torn this place apart and I cannot find it.
Start recording right now. This is a Shudder right here.
That's right. I'm selling this to Shudder later.
The chat just turned haunted. It's haunted now.
I've come to collect the soul of DJ Donley.
Get him.
That's fine. We can offer that up.
You're assuming that exists.
Hang on. Do we have to pay you to take it?
I will come later for your soul, Lorne. It is dirty.
Listen, rearview mirror, man. If you were the real Satan, you'd already have it cataloged and indexed.
I've chosen to collect it personally.
Ooh.
Slick, man, it was good.
It's been a few years since I've been on a date, but
I like Satan.
Satan.
Where we're going, you're gonna all day.
I thought he was going to say we don't.
This guy's good, man.
So, Satan, why don't you turn on your webcam?
Let's go, Dougie.
We want to see your pretty face.
Probably Piz.
To show you my true form. Drive you insane.
Now it's just Ozzy Osbourne lyrics. He's going off the rails on a crazy train.
Would you like some sweeties, little girl?
All right, well, Satan, if you're done, I'll let you go then.
Satan is never done.
This guy's
What's
good,
going
man.
on here?
This guy's good.
All right, so I'll let the panelists decide.
Nail is
Do I keep Satan or do we get rid
Yeah,
of Satan?
keep Satan. Keep Satan, Lauren. I like this guy.
Yeah, let's keep Satan. Let's keep Satan.
Can we
I
get it?
like this guy. Hey, Satan, you're my boy, buddy.
favorite remake, though? We're gonna need to know.
Mr. Chow has
I demand
is that Bale as
Satan
Batman?
reveal himself now.
Is that Bale as Batman?
Oh,
Fox, I need picture.
I named my favorite cat Mr. Chow.
Well, you got to turn on your cam, man. It can't be just.
Let's
a
go,
blank
Cam
box.
boy.
Come on.
Satan.
I
Turn it
got,
on, bro.
listen, I got tokens all
Or are
night
you a
for
little
Let's go.
shy? It's shy Satan. Is that what's
No,
going on here?
there's no camera shy here, man. We're all horror fans. We're all evil.
In my hell, there is no light, only dark.
Is that Orc?
This guy's
Wait,
good,
whoa, whoa,
man.
whoa, whoa!
Oh,
The
that's
name
who it is.
This
Lucifer
guy is
means
good.
bringer of light.
That's who it is.
No, Orc was asking for the link. I don't think it's Orc.
It's not Orc.
After Satan was already on, yeah.
No, or can't do this voice. No way.
I was gonna say I thought it was
Also,
Orc.
his name is Ord. Okay, that was decided over a year ago.
So, Satan, do you have a favorite remake?
Remakes are true evil.
I think he has a future career in a type of negative cover band, though.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
It's starting to sound like a shitty SNL Candyman.
Or doing movie trailers.
This stream just went up like 10 notches.
There's definitely some Todd. Oh, say be my victim.
Cheers to Satan.
Be my victims.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it.
What's up?
Let's go.
Satan has just met his match.
There he is.
Let's go, baby.
Oh,
Let me get rid of this bar so that we can.
There he
There
is.
we go.
How's it going, boys?
What's up,
I
man?
think I'm tempting fate here. Satan and
here
Orc
we
on the
go.
same
Let the fun
broadcast.
begin. There he is. There
That's
he
great.
is.
You are pushing it, Lauren, here with this.
Yeah, well, you know.
Some fucking wormhole's gonna open up. This is not good. I'm
Alright.
a little nervous now.
We're about to merge traditional mathematics and quantum physics.
You know, it's one meme at a time, one day at a time.
I take the good, I take the bad, I take them all, and that's the facts
The
of
good,
life.
the bad, and the memes.
Orc, where you been at, man?
Shit, you know where I've been. I've been eating Big Macs, Domino's Pizza.
I don't think any of that's true.
You been on
I
that
think
Domino's
absolutely
pizza?
none of that was
Yeah,
true.
man. I go to IHOP more than I brush my teeth, son.
Wait. So let me ask you, Orc, because IHOP stands for International House of Pancakes. So, which international port of entry do you choose to enjoy? Do you like the French flapjacks, or do you prefer the Belgian?
He goes Greek.
Maybe the Indonesian donut. What's normally your international choice?
My international house of ponage. I mean, it's just whatever I choose.
Damn,
The waitress
dog.
is hot dog. It's like, it's on 20%. Like that. So it's easy. Yeah.
So, Orc, since you are not Satan,
No.
what was happening out in the chat, man?
I don't know. We were talking about skateboards and all kinds of stuff. Dude, I'm repping America, dude. It's America. See this? America! Look, that's a good movie, too.
Russia.
Sorry, Satan, I had to mute you because there was a lot of noise attached to your mic. If you want to turn on your camera, I'll be happy to unmute you.
Okay, sorry.
No,
I know
cool. No, you did not do a thing. Oh, he's gone. He left.
Oh.
Satan has left the house.
Oh,
He was good. He was good.
The
He was
solution to unfriended was that fucking simple.
Yeah.
Satan was good.
So, Orc, do you have feelings on remakes?
Yeah, remakes are dope. I like them.
I heard he likes the Elm Street remake.
The chick is really hot in that one, and Cole agrees with me on that one. So hey,
Which one?
Oh, you know how much I agree with Cole.
Yeah.
Hey, you're both good writers. So, but hey, that's all I can say. But authors, sorry, is the correct.
Oh, I don't like
term.
that word. No, I don't like that word. I hate that word.
I use the term Arthur.
Arthur, yeah.
The aardvark.
Arthur 2 on the rocks.
Just been getting jacked, you know. It's like like to thank my sponsor, Monster Energy.
Monster.
You gotta drink some whiskey, man.
No, I don't want orc drinking whiskeys. Oh, look at that! Look at that!
What's that?
I got that too.
Here? Is it me?
Wow, look at that. That would be a short story collection.
Jess, what's that?
Oh, Scribble!
Blue.
It's awesome.
Let's all do a shot.
You know,
It's a
Come
great
on, I got
book.
whiskey in the car. Let's do a shot.
I recommend staying
it.
hydrated.
Check it
Everyone
out.
tonight. Bam.
Yes.
I've got one story
Let's do a
left,
shot,
Lauren.
man.
Did you read them in order, or did you just
I gotta
skip
go get
around?
the whiskey upstairs. It's
Okay.
Upstairs. Do you live down the shore?
We're getting whiskey. I gotta get whiskey.
I don't drink, guys.
Okay.
And you don't want me drunk anyway.
I'll get the whiskey. I'll be back.
Wow, look at that.
Oh man.
What is that? Is that a shampoo? Jim Beam Peach?
Jim Beam
That's some
Peach. Oh,
Is that in your,
that's some
is that in
savage.
your car, Al?
That
really
is in
good.
his car.
It's
That's in the
so
glove
smooth.
box.
Oh, you're in the car?
At one
Yeah.
point, on
That is
If he ever gets pulled,
I live
if he ever
2
gets-
blocks from here. I live 2 blocks. I'm good. I'm good.
If he ever gets pulled over, he just takes a swig of that because the cop
Nah,
That's
peach
not
on
the
his,
most-
there's peach on his breath.
like,
This
two-
isn't even the
drinking.
most illegal thing that's happened on this show. So
like 2 months ago, he's on Piz's live stream, just rolling down to get a sandwich, beer, screaming.
Listen, Wawa Hoagie waits for no man.
Damn right. Damn fucking right, Steve.
Anybody got any
No.
bourbon? No bourbon.
Jess, what'd you bring?
Hold on, I gotta open this thing.
What did you bring? Did you bring enough to share with all the whole class?
Hey, Jess,
I
you
did.
ready?
Just dope.
Jess, you ready? Steak, come on, grab your bottle, man.
Crepes.
Hold on, wait for
Oh,
Jess.
man.
Orc,
Wait
go
for
with the
Jess,
monster.
wait for
At least
Jess.
do the monster with them.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm all caffeined out.
Just
Everybody
pretend
ready?
they won't know any better.
Water.
We'll
It's a
add a,
horror
spe-
movie.
we'll add a special
Water.
effect
Lauren.
later.
Toast to Lauren.
To horror.
Cheers to Lauren.
And Lauren,
To
thank
horror.
you.
It's not okay to drink yourself, though.
Oh, man. Woo!
Let me
America.
tell you something, brother.
It's nothing to a Slim Jim, brother.
Oh, man.
Wow.
I need a
Now you
chaser.
made me
I'm like,
start.
Freak show.
Yeah, son.
Oh, man.
Ripping it. Rip
Orc
that
is the
Punisher.
Punisher. Orc is the Punisher. So,
I'm Frank Castle, but I'm gonna battle you out of your maskell. I don't know.
Maskell?
Reps. I don't know.
Little
Little
rascal.
rascals been coming out with the Baskel battle axe and
Rascal is not a
Rascal.
word.
I don't
You just
know.
lost Scrabble. Never mind the rap battle. You lost Scrabble, dude.
I'll be playing Scrabble with you
This
at
is
your
a
apple.
reference. This is a reference to be lost on everybody, but he raps like crazed from Ron and Fez.
I do.
So
You be drinking your Coke Zero, but I'd be the hero. I'd be seeing you at the other aisle with Pepsi Zero. I drink my Mountain Dew like I'm at Baja Blast in the Taco Bell. Like Robert De
Yeah,
Niro.
Orc hitting on the ones and twos.
Yeah, son.
Booyah.
This is 10 Mile. We go the extra 2.
Keep going, baby.
Yeah.
Monty, do me a favor.
Oh, I'll come in with some
I'm sorry
real
about this,
rapping
guys.
style there. I'm coming here to shut this stuff down before we go and get my hounds, before we can talk some remakes, because I gotta go bake. I gotta get some cakes. I smack that ass so fast.
Not
I will come back so fast.
Wow. And people thought, I'm gonna dial into Lauren's show so that I can hear some freestyle rap. Because the three key elements of hip hop are all represented.
Yo.
In La
I
Casa,
join this
Voices
commentary
Live.
as you watch the Sausage Factory. Why don't you join my Patreon and then charge me $5.99 for free? Every time I go to the store, you see me. I'm at the apples and oranges looking at a tree. They call me the orchard, but every time I look
Looking
at
at a
you, you
tree.
see with me. Yeah.
It's like Freakin's the Guardian here.
What's happened? What's happened?
Yeah.
I have no idea what's happening.
I don't know. So, yeah.
Oh, man.
I didn't think that much alcohol got consumed.
Orc, or consumed none.
Oh boy.
I hate to.
Wait. I guess more importantly, I guess what we really want here is Tim. Can you give us some freestyle?
No.
He's like, I don't want any part of it. No way.
Hey, shout out to Tim.
I love
Tim,
how
I like
Tim-
your Slimer
Tim
t-shirt.
said-
Dope.
Yeah, that's a nice T-shirt.
Pizza.
Tim. I
That's-
just noticed it. It's nice, man.
Yo, Monty, that's swag as fuck. Oh wait, shit. Well, you're not monetized anyway. Doesn't matter. There you go. Yeah.
We don't have rules about words like that.
With the guns.
Oh
man, hold on, bro.
Oh,
Hold on, let me
Steak,
take
show 'em your guns, man. Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
I got no guns.
Oh man.
You got
Oh!
Bam! Oh! Bam! Oh!
Sauce, your background. Your background is making me nervous.
Girl.
SMWA and the posse. What's
I know what it is.
I literally was just watching a documentary about Suge Knight last night. I didn't realize that it was possible for a human being to drink 20 shots of piss. I was like, wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
I model my my whole fucking kind of aura after Suge Knight.
Yeah, he's a scary guy. I watched the film about him last night, and he he vomited on the side of the road. It was hilarious.
I like the one where he fucking just drives over a dude and then backs over him.
Bro,
That's a good movie.
bro.
Oh my god.
Oh my! You know what? I'm sorry, Lord. I'm not gonna laugh about that, but that was crazy. He said his cataract kicked in.
He is. He's fucking. Listen, he's fucking nuts.
He said his cataract kicked in.
Also, I like that he just alluded to the fact that he murdered Eazy-E. He's like, yeah, I don't know, maybe someone injected him with.
is he still in jail? Suge Knight?
Bro, he's got 28 years.
Yeah,
He's done.
What a fucking idiot, man.
Nah, he's having a fucking grand old time in there.
Sociopath, psychopath.
That's where they belong.
Hey, look, though, man. Nick Cannon's still putting him on songs, though.
Oh God.
Do you think he can actually play a 6-4 in there, like a 6-4, like Nintendo?
Oh, in there? Oh, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he probably would. I mean, probably for him, as old as he is, he'd probably play Atari.
Yeah.
And television.
Yeah.
I just like the Vanilla Ice Suge Knight story where he's like, "You're gonna give me all your shit. That's mine, thank you." And he's like, "I don't know what to do." He's like,
That's literally just how he worked to get. Nope. Dr. Dre's ours now. Give him.
I would have probably gave it to him too. He was like,
That's it. No lawyers. No lawyers. Just give it to me.
I'm just trying to get a Baconator. What you doing?
Hey, would you like to jump off 15 flights? Would you like to jump without a parachute?
Sign and die, motherfucker.
Sir, have you seen the beginning of Child's Play? Okay. All right, so what we're gonna do
I'm
is
gonna
we're gonna
hit
have a
you in
nice
the eye
little
with a
chat.
baby hammer.
Yeah.
You know, all I have to say about that is that Chris Cross just want to make you jump.
Oh,
Mac, that'll make you
jump.
Jump.
That'll make you.
So I was running record stores when the Chris Cross single came out.
I don't know when it came out, but when I
got to tell you, dudes,
I fucking loved that song.
You've never seen so many cassette singles sell in your life.
I had one of those singles.
Oh my god, everyone!
I was 10 years old when that song came out.
Who put their pants on backwards and their shirt on backwards?
I did not because I didn't
the Tasmanian Devil shirt.
I did because
you guys remember the Tasmanian and Bugs Bunny shirt? I had that. Like,
oh yeah, I did too.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. Back in like middle school, I had to get
bro, Lauren, do you remember Rex and Effects?
I do.
Oh,
yeah,
Rum Shaker.
Yes.
Yeah, Rum Shaker. Yeah, that was all around the same time. Yeah.
I know. You guys look at me and you just see a white face and you just assume I don't know anything. But
that was a quiz, Lauren.
Well, I got to be ready because the next quiz show on this channel, I'm actually going to be a contestant.
Yeah,
I'm not going to host.
Oh, that's right.
Who's the host? Is it a surprise?
Who's the host?
gonna get
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Well, Lady White Rabbit actually volunteered to host it. My understanding is that Piz is going to join us.
Piz ain't gonna show up. Piz ain't got the
my-
intestinal force.
Myself, Piz, Christian Hannah Horror, Jamie, who won the last episode. I think we're looking at a burner.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
All-star
man.
cast.
Yeah. Well, is that going to be on Monday?
It'll probably be at the middle of the month. It will be a Monday, but it'll be in the middle of the month.
Okay. Okay.
I'll come on and be a jobber again. I got no problem with that.
Yeah, we'll be there watching.
That's you know.
So, I mean, details to be announced and schedules need to be finalized, but I'm looking forward to it because I think at a certain point, people like look at the guy who's been the host of the time, think it's unfair. So I'm willing to go into the fray.
I also think that about Alex Trebek.
All right.
I actually think Alex Trebek knows all those answers, though.
Alex Trebek, yeah. Is he still alive?
He beat it, man. He beat
it, brother.
The cancer.
Did
he really? Beat the
His
cancer?
stage 4, and he's just like,
Good for
fuck
him.
you.
Good for him. From the start, he was very positive. He was he's a nice guy. I'm
He's
happy
Canadian.
for him. I'm really happy.
That
He waited long enough in his career to sell his soul to get a little bit more.
Yeah.
So,
that wholesome Canadian fucking being inside of him helped
Is that-
him beat it.
It was on a lie to get ratings.
When Americans have stage 4 cancer, it's over.
Oh, bro, I work in the hospital, man. When they hit stage 4, man, they're right on their way out, man.
Yeah, we just dump him in a fucking trash heap. Yeah,
He got in
we
with
need
it.
this bed.
I have wheeled many a folks to the cold box.
He got in with that group in Hollywood that's drinking like the blood of children.
Adrenochrome. We're talking adrenochrome.
Yeah,
you know, the problem with
adrenochrome.
the problem with blood of children is that you can't get it pasteurized anymore. They pass these laws.
He's like Keanu Reeves. He has the
100%.
vampire blood. He's an
That's what it is.
immortal.
You gotta scare them enough first. Get their adrenochrome out.
Speaking of, I watched Dracula for the first time. Actually, I watched.
Which
then
one, Steve? Which one?
Well,
They've only made one Dracula movie, so
yeah. I saw the 30.
It was Bram
31.
Stoker's,
31?
right? 94,
I saw the original.
Bram.
Original Universal.
it's a good film. It's a great
And I
film.
liked, and I watched the 92 one with Keanu Reeves, and that was fun
okay.
too.
It's
So-
this stuff I like about that movie.
So I went through. Honestly, I watched
I like
a bunch
that one.
of like Universal ones. I watched Frankenstein, which honestly I fucking hated. Like I get for the time, you know, the effects and all that. Like I appreciate it, but it was boring as shit. I watched Bride of Frankenstein, and I lost. I had such a good time watching Bride of Frankenstein.
My favorite film.
It's just like when he meets the hermit in the woods. That's so fun. Smoke good. I was laughing like hard, you know. And then he's just like an evil
done
cocksucker
over
at the
there,
end of the
Jonathan?
movie.
What?
You
I'm heading
done?
out. Yeah, I gotta head out. My kid just popped in here and told me it's time for bed.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming on and talking Remakes and everything
Yeah,
else
have
and
a
meeting
good one,
Satan.
man.
it's good to hang
It
with
was
you.
nice
Welcome
meeting
to
you, bro.
work.
Yeah. Hey, Monty, what's your channel name? I want to check it out.
RMJ Movie Reviews.
I'll be subscribing. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks,
bro.
Steak sauce too.
I'll see you later.
I gotta get steak sauce too. Okay, so I didn't know you had a channel, buddy. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, just starting out, you know. just
I'm
doing some
subscribing to
bullshit.
Steak, Monty, and
I got
John or
I had old LC on last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's
Tim,
fun.
It was good. He saved my ass because I had nothing planned and just went live. And
Steak.
live
How's
and
your
went
podcast going? Is it good?
It's fine.
Nice.
There's
Nice.
2 episodes.
Yeah.
One is me just kind of shooting the shit with the chat, and then the
Right,
second
right.
one I had Tim on, and we not this way. Everything's backwards. And we shot the shit for a little while. And last week I went back to work at the old Bada Bing, so I didn't.
That's
do it
awesome
last
that you work there, man. That is awesome.
week. Yeah,
Awesome.
It's
I mean,
good.
I'm a
It's
big
weird,
Sopranos fan. I watched it all, and I love the show. And like, it's
You know what's funny is I haven't watched a second of that show. I actually the fact that I worked there and I have to like, oh dude, where's the office? Man?
Lauren didn't
Is
see it.
Tony here?
Lauren, you didn't see any of it, did you, Lauren?
No.
No.
It's one of those things. Like
I don't
everyone
watch
tells me,
television.
you gotta watch it, dude.
He would like it. Lauren would like it. I mean, it's
Guys, I'm saving all this stuff for retirement. All of it.
I hear you, man. No, Lauren, I hear you, man. I hear you. It's you know.
But going back to work, I don't know, and I don't have a schedule yet because my manager's a fucking drunk. So
right now, he was actually Satan.
Yeah,
Say drunk.
Satan was creepy, man. That guy was good.
Who was that?
As old.
I had no idea, but he was good.
Oh no, that was Satan.
You got to understand. When I put the link up in the chat, anyone can grab it.
It could have been anybody. Just
Even Satan.
First time viewer. I mean, you know.
Well, and
Well, it was entertaining.
Wow, it was a nice distraction. So, does anyone want to talk anything else before we call it a night?
We should probably just call it a night. Oh, real quick though, I didn't get a chance. I had this movie pitch pop into my head while we were talking about Friday the 13th, 09. Like it's just kind of the way, like the beginning of that movie, I was that first 13 minutes kind of kicks you in the ass. But what if they did a Friday the 13th movie and they played it as like an anthology, like like 3 or 4 mini films, all with Jason, but him just fucking in different kind of situations with different counselors. It's kind of like a quick cut kind of fucking.
I guess it could work. I mean,
something. I mean, as far as a gimmick goes, maybe something different. It's much. I mean, I think it's a lot better than fucking In the Snow or found footage.
Oh yeah, the found footage,
kind of like quick,
from like 3
quick
years
little,
ago.
Well, that's where something like a found footage would be fine if it was a 20-minute film, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
so
I'd like to play it
maybe make one of the stories in the movie. Make that a. Make one. Jesus Christ, I'm feeling that whiskey. Jesus.
Me too. Me too.
We all take another shot. I've just had like 4 or 5.
No.
Okay, let's go ahead, guys. Have the second shot.
I drained the bottle.
I'm really faking at this point because there's nothing in here.
I had another question too. The Stephen King It thing. I just
Everybody's
heard
wait for Jess. Jess, you ready?
I'm ready, guys.
Steak, you ready? Cheers.
Steak.
To horror. Everybody. It's Halloween fucking season.
Long live the horror. Jesus.
Oh man, Jim Beam is love it.
Taste buds and brain cells are overrated, friends.
Oh boy. Lauren, you gotta do this every week, man. This is fucking great.
Rest, huh?
I'm gonna be doing more community shows, and I do want to.
You have to, man. This is all,
because the whole thing is.
Can you do it on my Friday when I don't have to work the next morning?
Fridays are really not a great day for me, but
yeah, Lauren likes Mondays for some reason.
Well, Mondays usually work well because I'm trying to not overlap too much with the other Region Free guys. Now, unfortunately, we all know there's been train wrecks, whereas we completely 3 of us go live within 15 minutes of each other.
Yep.
But I do try to not step on anyone's toes, in part because I don't want my toes stepped on. It's like there is a big
5'5" toes.
Yeah, I mean, I can't spare anything there. So, but the beauty is that if someone doesn't watch us live, they usually come back and watch it canned. And I'm not really worried if someone chooses to watch Piz live and me on recording. That's not, there's no hard feelings there. As long as you watch us both, But scheduling it out, I will tell you that the channel is going to continue to have guests, but I'm not going to go on the schedules that I had been doing for, almost 3 months of pretty much 3 guests a week.
It's a lot of guests.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of prep is what it is. Mm-hmm. Because I told myself if I was going to do it, I wasn't going to go on the air and bluff anything. So it did mean a lot of novels to read, a lot of films to catch up on before air date, learning back is, hey, well, where'd this guy, what did he work on before he got the chance to direct and go through it? And the back and forth to get the guests takes more time than you would think. So the channel will become more about the community itself. There will still be guests, There will still be a decent amount of literary guests. I have a great literary guest coming up on Saturday, which I'll announce in just a few minutes. But realistically, I think it's just time for the channel to be a little bit of everything and not have one solid direction. So you're going to get autopsies starting in October, where I'm going to start a major franchise again, like I did last year. But at the same time, there'll be the live streams like this. There'll be also guests that I come on and we have one-on-ones. I'm going to do all that. I'm not going to make it just one thing. But I will not lie to you. Once Region Free begins, my channel is probably going down to 2 nights a week.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
As long as we're getting region free content, I don't give a shit.
When's region free start up?
Next or October, right?
October.
I knew it was October something, but
so I'm the worst guy to ask this because we have these conversations, and what I glean from them is the end of September there'll be something, but nothing has been announced. So please don't take that as more than a vague idea. We're going to make it very, very public. So you're going to all have plenty of time to know it's
I'm going to be a patron to Region Free.
As you should be, because, well, well, listen, I'm again, you know my take on money and entertainment, but here's the thing. When we said that we were going to go that route for certain parts of the content, I said, and Monty, I believe you were there to hear this. I said, yes, but we got to give it has to be additional content. It has to be a value for the money. If it was just taking the existing show and putting it behind a paywall, I wouldn't be on Region Free.
No, ask
It's
the
that
worm
simple.
Jim Norton how that goes.
So I do think the value will be there. Also, the price tag is not going to be offensive in the least, so that those who want access to the full shows forever,
Yeah, I mean,
it'll be
gonna
reasonable.
take a lot to be offensive. I mean, I paid $20 to Piz so I can torture him every month.
Yeah, there will not
I
be.
just gave
there
Piz
will not
45 to review Sleepaway Camp 2 and House on Sorority Road.
I'm not even going to comment on that.
Oh yeah.
But no. So Region Free is very separate from my channel, but my values travel with me. So believe me, if that show was going in a direction that I felt was abusive, literally I wouldn't do the show.
Yeah.
And it's not that. I can say that what's coming is awesome. It's great. You guys should be actually pretty excited.
I'm so excited.
I'm going to tell you that the show that we have planned for this year is going to be a better show than the show since I've been on it. You're going to have to go back to the beginning and the excitement of the beginning for the kind of excitement that's going to be there. It's going to be a completely different beast that's going to feel as warm and comfortable as a familiar pair of slippers. But again, it's not going to exclude anyone's. Do not feel like just because there is going to be a Patreon and additional content that anyone is excluded. I'm excited. I know Cam's over the moon about it. I know Piz is excited. I think you can tell Piz is excited about it.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't talk about it.
No, but no, he's excited. I know. Like you could tell, like in his heart, he's really like everybody's ready for it. Like and wait, Lauren, who's going to be all on it? How many people you guys have? It's you, Piz,
a couple
Stingray. Who else?
So my count, I believe, was there's 9 panelists, but we will not all be on every episode.
Okay.
That's for the best.
One of the things that's I think so forward thinking is that this show is going to have a place for everyone on every episode they want to be on, but it doesn't mean we all occupy the same lane.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's going to feel very natural if you watch any kind of panelist news or entertainment show on real television, because that's what I compare this with. I wouldn't even say that this is like a YouTube thing per se. It's going to feel bigger than that.
It's a YouTube thing.
Thang.
THANG.
Crisscross.
Now, is all the main panels benefiting from like the Patreon?
Ask that question again because I didn't get it.
Is like all the main panelists, are they going to benefit from the Patreon account? Is that going to be kind of spread, or is that just going back towards the show?
No. So it's all going to benefit in building the show. All the money goes back to the show. and I don't want to talk out of turn because I'm one guy on the show and I'm not the creative center of the show. I started a conversation I'm very proud of that helped us get where we are, but I am not the guy that makes the decisions. I'm a voice. What I would say is there's a big interest in
being famous.
No, there's a very big interest in making the show go places that you wouldn't dream were possible even 6 months ago.
Like under your bed.
Well, that's true.
Wow.
But I think that without overselling it, what we're planning on is going to be as fun as the show has ever been, but it's just going to be a better show.
It's going to be streamlined.
Maybe.
Yeah,
It's a bold statement. I like the personal, like I'm sitting down watching the commentaries with the, when it was the Sausage Factory. Yeah, I think a lot of us felt that way. You're sitting in the living room or wherever you are watching your movies together.
I mean, it was fun. Like, they weren't really. You guys talked about the movie for about 6 seconds, and then you started the movie, and we just fucked around and talked about McDonald's.
Well, I think there's
still
fun.
I mean, it's fun as fuck. Don't get me wrong, but
but you see, there's still a place. There's still a place for all that. That's what's really great.
I don't want it to go away. I'm just talking as far as the live commentaries go.
No,
it's pretty much just stream right now, right?
Yeah.
So, Lauren, you're still going to do these community horror chats, right?
No.
Nothing about my channel is going to change from.
Fuck the community.
Nothing's going to change from my channel unless it doesn't work anymore. So I've really cut back on the number of reviews I do, and the reason for it is because you guys have basically told me with what you view on my channel that you're not all that interested in me reviewing new releases, and that's cool. That does not hurt my feelings, believe me. But on the other hand, I look at the live streams and I look at certain guests, and it's like you guys are telling me very clearly more of that, please. And so listen. I'm always going to make a decision based on what I think is best. But I'm not going to make a decision that you guys are disinterested in. That's not going to happen. I want it to be a community, and that means it's not a dictatorship. Ultimately, there has to be a moderator. There has to be someone to curate it, and that's me. Maybe at some point it isn't me anymore, because maybe Monty's channel it just takes off like galore, and he's got a better concept, a better show, and I become a guest on his show, and this doesn't need to happen anymore. That could happen. I'm open to any of it as long as we come together as a community. It doesn't have to be under my banner.
Come together.
Right now.
And I think that's one of the cool things. I like that you said that, Lauren, is like, I like the idea is just that, like, everybody kind of having their own little kind of concepts, their own little things that they do in their own little channels, but everybody like an Avengers style, Expendable style, just like join forces, right? Like everybody, like I'll use a Voltron reference. Let's Voltron our.
I'm not that old.
You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, well, I am.
The only problem with Avengers metaphor is I end up being Hawkeye because I don't got I don't got superpowers. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, but I mean that's the idea that I like. I like the fact that. Just all of us kind of having our own little individual little channels and then just guest spotting on everybody's thing. That was why, like, when I saw that pop up tonight, Lauren, I was like, let me hop on here because I wanted to meet all of you guys too.
Yeah,
there's always a lot of fun.
That's what I mean, Lauren. Are you still going to do like what we're doing tonight? Like,
yes.
Are you going to? Yes. Good. Yes.
But here's the thing. Steakhouse has a channel. Monty has a channel. Tim has a channel.
Don't put me in the same boat as you guys.
Jess, do you have a channel?
Not yet. I don't have a channel, really.
I wasn't sure, so I didn't want to.
Enjoying all of your content, honestly.
But so
Jess is the man.
Yet.
My dream would be for all of the people in our chat to get out there and get their voices heard. The name of the show is not a coincidence. Yes, it's the name of a short story collection I have, but I fell in love with the name and I realized it's kind of key to who I am. I'm all about democracy of thought. So my whole concept is I would love if people watched our show, enjoyed our show and said, hey, I want to do that. And they started their own thing and it crossed over and we share people and ideas and we build up our own community that's not beholden to big websites who are getting kickbacks from distribution companies, and
Bloody disgusting.
and well, among others,
Bloody
and
disgusting. You kiss my ass.
and it's just I get tired of hearing communal speak. Like we all have to love Reanimator because it's Reanimator. Well, you know what? Someone out there doesn't like Reanimator,
Yeah.
and that person, I want to hear from them.
Yeah.
I don't want to live in a bubble. I want to hear from the guy who dislikes the big popular movie. I do. And I want to hear from the guy who discovers something small and independent that I've never heard of, because you know what? We're all better then. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Agree 100%.
Jeff over in my shirt says Broke Horror Fan.
I
which
told
is
him that already.
Insanely good website that will keep you abreast of all the merchandise coming out for our chosen genre.
Good VHSs.
Oh, I picked up the director's cut VHS, and it's the only way to watch that damn movie.
If I only had a VHS player.
Yeah, I lost
have a VHS player?
I lost a
I
VCR
can't find one
2 years ago.
Oh, bro, man. I still got mine.
Hit up your Goodwills, man.
None. I live in Kentucky, so that's
check me out,
everybody
homie.
has.
Oh, that's throwback. Nice, Monty.
Wait, man,
Nice.
can't you up?
Oh,
That's
hell
classic,
yeah,
Monty.
baby. One of the stairs.
It's so true.
And I did not rewind it either.
VHS for life.
It's in the same spot.
Oh, I miss VHS, man. Walking into the horror section and smelling that hard. I didn't go to the porn aisle. I went to the horror section.
Check
You know
me
what I
out.
mean? Like,
My mother tape recorded
Me
this
too.
off Showtime in 1985, Shelley Duvall's Fairy Tale Theater on a VHS
Yes.
tape. Look at that.
I
Authentic.
remember that.
nice.
Authentic. So this is the kind of stuff, man. I love this shit, guys. So, and I'm out here trying to take this to another level.
I mean, my stepfather, listen, this is a quick story. My stepfather's a crackhead. He's very,
End of story.
just listen, that's, it's just, and I say that just to put it in perspective that he's resourceful. He's a terrific panhandler. He'll get multiple free meals from like Pizza Hut and Burger King and shit. Just different stories. I'm not going to go, I'll tell that story on my channel a different day, but we would go back when we had a home video, dollar rentals. We'd fucking spend $10 on rentals. He'd buy a VCR from Walmart to go with our other one. And he'd dub the fucking tapes from one to the other, bring the VCR back the next day, and then return the movies. We had fucking piles of stolen films.
And
I was a child and I didn't do it.
And they all had Macrovision copy protection, so they were like watching.
Whatever they did, it worked. It didn't have any wacky shit like that on it. I don't know what they did because I was a child. I was very small, and by no means was I involved with this government. I know you're watching.
Can I show you guys one cool relic I have?
Absolutely, bro.
As long as is the camera going to stay?
Oh yeah,
above the waist,
okay.
above the waist.
There and back.
All right.
This should be his fucking channel. It's him running around his house.
Tell him.
Check this out.
I'd watch it.
Where's that?
Oh shit! Oh wow!
Double cassette.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Can I tell you this? I've never.
Wow.
I had never been in a Blockbuster in my life. We didn't have them where I was.
Yeah, we didn't have
What
them
about
either.
West Coast Video?
I had Hollywood video.
Hollywood
Yeah.
Video. Hollywood. That is
We didn't have
awesome.
that.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I actually
that's a
like
collector's
Hollywood
item,
Video
bro.
better than Blockbuster.
That's a collector's item. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I am
Nice,
an
man.
authentic movie fan.
That's fucking crazy, Monty. That is
Yeah.
awesome.
I have all my VHS Blu-rays. I have it all hooked into my flat screen, and I have my original Sega Genesis and original Nintendo hooked into my flat screen.
Nice.
behind me. I'm old school.
I got a
Nice.
PS2.
So I have a total of 9 remote controls in my living room. And not a one of them is redundant.
They all work for something, don't they, Lauren?
Something.
How many times do you grab the wrong one?
Every frigging time. Yeah, no, I mean it's amazing. I will spin movies based on what I have them, and so like I showed the great direct-to-cable River's Edge ripoff, Slipping into Darkness, to my friends the other weekend. Only exists on Laserdisc and VHS, and the VHS goes for like $90. So guess what I showed it on? My Laserdisc that I owned back in the day and still own today.
Mm-hmm.
When Laser Rod eventually separates it into two pieces, I'm in trouble. But for now, I need my Laserdisc connected. I need my region-free Blu-ray player. I need my 4K player.
Yeah.
I need my VCR.
Of course.
It's ridiculous. It's just
I didn't know Laserdisc was like a legit format for movies until like I was an adult. Like we had my 5th grade teacher. She had a Laserdisc and she played like all the science, like the tutorials on, or whatever the fuck you want to call them. Like I thought it was just some weird like school technology.
Oh nice.
Oh, that is
nice.
That is.
I want to make love to that.
That is
look at
awesome.
that.
Oh,
Cast photo in color.
That's beautiful.
That's crazy.
Nice.
George Romero essay on the back.
Oh,
I want to be inside that.
That is beautiful.
I want it inside of me.
That's insane.
That is awesome.
And in my opinion, the best cover art of any home video release for it, though. I love the shot of Ben on the
fucking
board.
beautiful, man.
That's
so cool.
Although that the 25th anniversary, that kills me now because that's so far in the rearview mirror now.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
You know what I like was the 30th anniversary edition of that film.
No one liked that edition.
That's so fucking bad. That was the only version they had at the library when I was a kid.
Wow.
So like for the longest time, I didn't realize that like that was extra footage.
Oh my!
But I was a dumb little kid, and then I found Wikipedia.
So that was what, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, laser was important to me because laser was the first format that really cared about the quality of the image on screen. Now, today we look back and we kind of laugh about that because, like, obviously it's no better resolution than, VCR or VHS was, but it didn't degrade and the transfers were generally speaking better. Not always, but normally better. That elite Laserdisc of Night of the Living Dead, at the time I saw it, was mind-blowing to me because I grew up watching it on really grainy, awful, faded prints on television. And, I owned it on VHS at some point. It was the same, like, bad television print. Incomplete, by the way. I think an entire generation grew up with that movie incomplete. Mm-hmm. And then that Laserdisc came out, and I purchased it at a CD World in Edison, New Jersey. And
Edison, huh?
Yeah, it changed.
Where my manager lives.
It changed how I looked at that movie. And which is one of the reasons that I get kind of upset when people talk about wanting to see films look bad. I want them to look as they were intended, not how I grew up with them necessarily. I want them to look how they were intended. And a film really doesn't lose how it looks. Oh, I think I'm in trouble.
Uh-oh.
The man is in the house.
The principal has shown up.
The joint is in the house.
The joint's haunted.
The man is in the house.
The joint is haunted.
There he is.
So I saw you guys showing off.
We were doing shots. Where were you, man? We're all drunk.
Saw you guys showing off some cool stuff here. So let me show off some even better stuff. I'm about to trump you all.
Oh.
Don't say Trump.
Donald Trump.
Part 5 laser, baby. All day, every day. All day.
Nice.
Oh, that's a full body shot. That's the VHS. The one
He's
from the
killing
VHS.
it. He's killing it. He's not
Part
done
5.
Okay, wait! Stop! Hey, Piz, where did you get the VHD? Who sent you that VHD?
One of my
He's pulling it out.
a viewer from Japan who was very nice enough to check that out.
Yeah, Japan, New Jersey.
Piz is friends with Michio
Oh,
Kaku.
We're
You know
having a
that?
showdown.
Oh my God!
His first
Millennium?
showdown.
Millennium?
This is the pilot episode of and the second episode of the Millennium television series on. This was promotional only Laserdisc.
That's nuts.
Never in the wild.
That's nuts.
Wow, man.
Top
is
that, Pin.
nuts.
Top that.
I just did twice.
Too bad there wasn't a Jason X Laserdisc.
I've got a.
Unfortunately,
I've got
never issued on it. I don't think.
I've got a dust. So let's pull it out of the protection.
Oh, that is so beautiful. I miss
Yeah,
it. I
that
miss
is
the cover
beautiful.
so much.
In awesome,
That is
awesome.
gorgeous.
Incredible condition. Incredible
That
condition.
wait,
No, wait a minute.
Lauren's about to get something. What?
Oh,
you
my
pulled it out.
God, that's insane.
He's pulling it out.
What are you doing?
Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
Oh man. Oh!
You got served.
Cannibal Holocaust. Holy shit. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a showdown. What the hell's going on here?
Nice Nico.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Cannibal Holocaust.
It's a madhouse.
Here, I've got an empty bowl of cereal. Just trumped your Cannibal Holocaust.
Well, what do I have?
Oh,
Was that
steak sauce
Anchorman?
is in it. Hey, wait.
And
Yeah,
Anchorman
we're doing
too,
shots. Piz,
baby.
grab your skull. Piz, you gonna do a
Piz,
shot with us or what?
everybody.
We're all doing shots right now.
I just did a shot of H2O.
All right, hold on. Wait for me, guys. Wait. Let me grab a
Atta
bottle.
Hey,
Hold
we're
on,
all
hold on,
trying to see who has the biggest schlong.
Hold on,
Here we
Jess.
go.
Hold on. Hold on. Wait.
Is it a shot or the biggest schlong?
1 second.
Very nice. Ooh.
Salvatore
Everybody ready?
Stivalati's The Wax Mask.
Cheers.
The film developed by
Cheers.
Argento and Fulci.
Oh my God.
Japanese Laserdisc, the only way you could get it for a decade.
Wow, this is insane.
This is all I got,
boy.
guys.
Run and scan.
Look at that.
Oh man.
Mick Foley, Hard Knocks, Cheap Pop sign.
This is authentic. Check that out. Look, check out the way that opens, guys.
That hit the spot. Oh, that's awesome, Auntie.
But do you
Hey,
have
that is
the
awesome.
Betamax? Do you have the Betamax?
Oh, the beta. Oh my. Oh, you got the beta? That's crazy.
Piz, if I can
Ladies
get
and
that bowl of
gentlemen,
cereal.
We have a
Oh,
showdown.
my
Steak
God.
sauce, Piz, Monty, Lauren. Who's gonna win this? They're pulling
Bro.
things out left and right.
I'm
It's a
out.
madhouse. Oh
Bro.
my God! Wait a minute.
I cannot
Wait a minute.
believe you have a beta.
That's
all I got here.
Can I believe you have a
Oh,
beta,
steak
bro?
sauce. Oh, Jack.
What?
Wait, somebody call the police. It's a madhouse.
What do I have in here?
It's a madhouse.
Wait. I can win this. I can just win this. It's over.
Okay.
Ready?
What the hell's going on here?
Okay.
Lar Park Lincoln, after trying to sell me a timeshare, misspells my name on a glossy.
Oh man.
Done.
Timeshare, huh? Lar Park
Yes.
Liquor used to tell me
That's-
it's timeshare.
No wonder
every
you
day,
hate
bro.
That is,
27.
that is in no way a fabrication.
Oh, nice sauce.
Oh, that edition,
Oh,
that edition of
man.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
The
That's
madhouse.
pretty awesome.
I love that fucking labyrinth so much.
That
Oh,
box
it's-
set is one of the best still.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
But wait, don't forget Malcolm McDowell signing my poster Justice after I told him my name was Justin 20 times.
You-
He still signed it.
Fucking hilarious. My great grandfather's
Oh,
name is
man.
Justice,
Ah.
and my father's name is Justin. But we don't talk
Lord.
about him.
Oh,
Hellfest. That's
It's
fucking
fake. It's
sick.
fake. It's
That's,
fake.
I don't care. That's so fucking cool.
No, but it's still awesome because that Nightmare on Elm Street 2 was released on video by Media, wasn't it, Lauren?
Yeah.
That's right. I remember that. As in 3, actually 1 through 3 weren't they? I don't know if 4 was the
Oh.
Omen.
Oh.
Steak sauce.
Omen.
That's awesome.
Steak
bro.
sauce coming in left and right.
That is
I-
so free.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I do have the
We have a
ultimate
rumble.
trump card here, but I won't show it because I don't want to embarrass anybody. Nobody's going to be able to live up to this thing, so I'm
Uh-oh.
not even going to show
He
it.
doesn't want to show it. He doesn't want to show it.
Not even going to show it.
Throw the card down. Let's go, baby.
he was-
I got everybody beat.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a World Rumble.
Drop it like it's hot.
Not even gonna
SummerSlam.
show it.
Basically, what we have here is Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior.
All right, you guys want to be embarrassed? Okay.
I'm King
you
Kong Bundy, baby.
We've got Hogan versus Warrior, or is it Hogan and Macho?
Pulling it out.
You brought it on yourselves.
Okay,
He's pulling
let's
it
see
out.
Hogan. No holds
What's
barred.
he doing? He's nuts. What's he doing?
Smell like dude.
What's he grabbing? What's he grabbing? Oh my god. He's crazy.
If it's taking this long, it's not suspense. It's just you can't find it.
Yeah, I'm making it sleep.
Lord.
Piz, if I could get that
I feel like
cereal
it's
off here.
Oh, it's the video store display.
Original video store display.
Oh.
From the beginning.
He's back.
Here we go. Here we go. This is
Lauren left the chat. What the hell's going on around here?
This is an epic. This is an epic moment here, fellas.
It had a
epic moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a rumble.
We have.
Ain't nobody seen as many Puppet Master movies at one time.
This is
capitalism, boys.
That is.
Call the police.
Round here.
This is an epic moment
around
here.
these parts.
What we have here is
Weston.
Jesse
We
Ventura
call this here
coming back to WWE.
A little twin.
Come on,
brother.
Come on, my brothers, my big brothers.
He's gone.
We're all back together again. Come on.
So it's got a mask.
Are we all back together again?
What happened?
What the hell's going on here?
What are we doing?
Where's Lauren at? Where's Lauren at?
It still works too.
All right.
That's cool.
You put the lights.
Okay, so if that's how he wants to play, the original trade paperback collection of Dead World. The beginning of the Vincent Locke career. Best known for the covers of the Cannibal Corpse albums.
We got nerd. My God.
Round here.
You go.
Oh my God.
I'll tell you what.
What
you
the
go.
hell?
Wait a minute. I'm going to show you up, and you bring a book. Is this elementary school? Are we in the elementary school library?
Oh my God! Is that William Peter Blatty personalized the book?
Blatty, what do you pee his pants?
It's good to see you again. I see your Yankees hat, and I raise you. I'll be right back. Hang on, homie.
It's a war going on here.
Wait.
I got this gutter grubber shirt on.
You know what? I am so happy to see the crew back together again. The crew's back together again. This is I'm happy I hopped on here tonight. I'm so happy I hopped on here tonight.
Lauren, you gotta do this every Monday or every Thursday.
This is an epic moment. Wait, I gotta grab some stuff.
What is that?
Is this Aquanetta's book? You know, the actress from Captive Wild Woman?
Yeah.
Is it signed?
God.
Oh my God.
The viewership fucking dropped to zero. There's no way it didn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a war.
You're showing books. Have you got a garbage can
No, but I could order one and have it in a week.
Yeah, because what you know about Brooklyn.
First one.
Oh
Brooklyn.
my
Let's see what we
God,
got
it's
here.
garbage day. Eric
Brooklyn
Freeman.
Dodgers.
Holy shit.
Man. Let's play some
Batman versus
volleyball.
Predator. What the fuck's going on here?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a madhouse. Oh
Brooklyn.
my! What
Brooklyn.
Yes.
Oh my goodness! Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a complete madhouse going on tonight.
Let's get serious for a moment. Or how have you been, man? Are you doing good?
I've been good. You know.
How's
in
the health?
hood. The health has been good. You know, I've been switching my pills, my thrills, I don't kill, but I'm like Buffalo Bill, but I'm not really because I'm like Cannibal because I'm in the.
Oh yeah,
I'm in
Orc's
the
a rapper now.
Yeah. Straight up. But I'm repping Brooklyn, son. Brooklyn all day. Brooklyn pizza.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Tekashi 6ix9ine sucks, dude. Tekashi 6ix9ine sucks. He's a mark ass bitch. Yeah.
Ladies and
I
gentlemen,
like
we
the
have
hat though,
ourselves.
Piz.
We have
Nice sauce.
We got SummerSlam going on here.
Yeah. I like to shake everything
My
like
goodness.
Kevin Dunn does too.
Oh man, this was a man.
My goodness.
This ended with a bang.
It's a wild house.
It is good to see.
Steak sauce again. Steak sauce
He's in
again.
the hole. All of Steak Sauce
What the
videos
hell?
have holes in them, though. How do you play those, man?
He's got easy.
I think I need another remote control.
He's got easy too.
Exactly. Matt knows what's going on.
I don't
All
even know
right.
what's going on anymore.
Now that I've embarrassed everybody, I'm just going to leave. Orky, it was good seeing you. I hope your health continues to improve.
Hey, I
Matt,
wish
I haven't been in a Walmart in a year.
You've not missed anything.
You got to go. Hey, Piz, I mean this sincerely. I wish you and your family, you and yours, the best of health.
Here you go.
Sending my Irish luck your way. Bam.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Bam.
The problem is he's German.
Yeah, health for everybody. God
Brooklyn.
bless everybody.
Brooklyn represent. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
Brooklyn,
guys,
New York. You know, only one of us can be Fred Durst. We know who it is.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Kristen Hanna.
Yeah.
Oh.
right.
What is
Guys, I got to run. I'll see you all later. Take care.
Later, Piz.
Peace out, everybody.
Later, Piz.
Later.
Peace out to everyone. Best of health.
Oh man,
This has been an epic show. What?
Oh, Lauren, you gotta do this every
I
week.
wish
Lauren,
everyone
Lauren,
was
what
best
the
of
heck?
health.
Every week, Lauren, you have to do this every week.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
You're right, Monty. It was an honor to
This
be a
is
part of
fucking
it.
Awesome.
What just happened here?
I don't know what
It was
happened.
it was a showdown. Everybody went nuts.
Wow.
Everybody
Guys.
went nuts.
Hey, this is a 3-hour stream.
Steak sauce went nuts.
Yeah, I know. We just hit 3 hours.
I started shaking shit like I was Kevin Dunn. It was crazy.
I
gotta wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
You got 5 hours of sleep, good.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's call it a day. This has been a lot of fun, and I want to thank everyone for coming on board and screaming at
Yeah,
me.
it's good.
Absolutely, bro. Thank you.
On Twitter
Thank you,
at
Lauren.
Deacon Taylor 66.
On Saturday at 2 p.m., I will have author V. Castro on the show. If you don't know who she is, please just Google her. You're going to be amazed. One of the, well, I'm not going to say one of the predominant Mexican-American voice in horror fiction. I would say this is a must-watch if you are interested in the cutting edge of horror fiction. And besides that, we'll see you on Monday for our regular show. I want to thank everyone for coming on in. And
Cheers, Jess. Wait. Jess wants to do another shot.
Al,
Hold on, Jess.
Cheers.
Jess was going to do another shot whether the show was on or not.
Everybody
Hold
in the
on.
chat too.
Hold on.
Twitter.com/Deacon Taylor 66.
Hold on.
Instagram
Hold on.
steak sauce _66. No underscore. Get rid of that.
Who's ready? Ready? Cheers,
Is everybody
guys.
ready?
Watch my
Love
videos.
y'all.
Steak
To
sauce on
horror.
YouTube. Iris loves you.
Horror.
To horror.
Long live the horror.
Oh man.
Iris
Thank
loves
you, guys. Have a great night.
They make movies look bad.